How you guys doing today? So, what? He's here. Shh. He's here. I don't know what is going on right now. I'm hoping this rectifies itself in 2 seconds. I'm getting a little bit of a warning here, and I don't know why I'm getting this warning. It is what it is. So let me see if I do this. Did I just screw that up? Alright, probably not. Yeah, I think I just did. I just lost my chat there. Good evening, Wayne. How you doing? How you doing? Okay, so let me just pull this history back up here. Recently closed. Oh, come. What is this history? Boom. Let's do it. There we go. Let's get that back in here. Pull up that chat again. Hello, Wizard. How you doing, Wizard? Alright, I think I got the chat up and running again. I think that's good. We good? I think so. Alright. So how's everybody been today? Doing good? Did you see my little name tag? Check that. Did you see that? You see my little name tag? Huh? So I just walk around all day like this, and people are like, "What is that? Huh? Look at that! Isn't that the shit right there? Huh? Yeah. Huh? Don't forget to like and subscribe." Just saying. I don't know where the other piece went there. Oh, look at that. Put the flap down over it for discrete times. Flap inside. There we go. I like that. Anyways. Let's put this up here. Alright, let's put it right there. Okay. Looking good, looking good. Kathy, okay. So now I got the chat in front of me here. Now, one thing I never checked was if my audio levels were good. All right, they look like they're good. They look like they're good. So how's everybody been? We got, let me see here. Is Facebook working? I have no idea if Facebook is even working. I think so. Twitch is working, I take it. I have no idea if Twitch is working, but if it's working, cool. If it's not, that sucks. But I think Twitch is working. So how's everybody doing today? What a day, what a day. Over here, kind of like watching old school kung fu movies. Yeah, it's kind of, Wolflight, it's kind of like that, eh? Sounds good, still here. Nice, blind dude, nice. Okay, cool. RS, yes, first up the hill. Okay, sync. Perfect. Audio is good. It's in sync. I'm not... Is the audio out of sync? Is the audio out of sync? It is, eh? Oh, snap. Facebook is working. Okay, give me 1 second. I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. Okay, let me just get something here. Put this up on the screen.
Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Oh, hi, ma'am. Excuse me. I see you're with the federal government. Can you tell us what's going on in these hotels?
And the funny thing is, I have 2 negative COVID tests. I have my car at Park and Fly. I have my house that's empty for me to quarantine, and there's no reason that they're holding me here.
Officer, wait a second. This hotel, hey, this hotel is under construction, so we're on the building permit. Hi, sir, can you tell me?
Okay, I'm just going to do a quick test here, just to make sure before we keep getting into that. Is my audio in sync now on YouTube and Twitter and all those other places? Should be. If it's not, I'm going to be upset. RS, all good. I've got the... Okay. Stop making vulgar comments. Hello, hello. In sync now? Perfect. Alright, perfect. That was starting to worry me. I've been having problems with my my stuff there in the last little bit, so YouTube is okay, looks good. Alright, perfect. Synced. Alright. Yeah, I've been having a little bit of problems with my camcorder and my audio. And I was just talking to somebody about this, actually. And it was... Yeah, so there's something going on with my camcorder. So might be my my next thing that I might have to go get is a camera. So, In Sync on Facebook. Sounds like a... Alright, let's get this going.
What your role is here? Who are the people that you're bringing here? Can you believe this is happening in Canada in the 21st century?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, like, I have 4 kids, and I never envisioned that this would be their life.
Freedom!
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Toronto. Well, folks, I'm near Toronto Pearson International Airport, and right in front of the Alt Hotel. Now, this is yet another one of those government quarantine facilities, and I have to tell you, what a convenient setup. You see the SkyTrain link. It ends at this station, just a few meters away from the hotel itself. But the reason we're here is that since this program of mandatory hotel stays kicked in on Monday, there has been some disturbing allegations. First,
okay, so let me get into that actually quickly first. So Watch What Wayne has been put on timeout for 7 days due to the fact that I streamed the exact same content as Fox News. The only difference between me and Fox News is that I'm labeled as a far-right channel, I'm pretty sure. And anybody that is pro-Trump or anything like that, which is half my audience, I would say 90% of my audience, they just take us down right away. I appealed it. I even put a link to Fox News's channel saying this is what I was doing. Why is their content good and mine's not? They still labeled it as misleading, fraudulent, blah, 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 spam crap. Due to the fact that Trump was talking about the fact that something was stolen from him. So, yeah, YouTube put me on timeout, my first strike, so which means I got to be good for at least 2 months. 2 months I got to be good. 2 months? Yeah, I think it's 2 months after Monday. I got to be good for at least 2 months. So, which is why I'm working on a podcast. I'm also working on videos for BitChute at the moment, and we're just going to use YouTube like for talking about the local stuff that's going on and everything else. One of the things that I wanted to talk about too is that the QAnon movement seems to be pretty friggin' not exactly what I thought about. Crazy ass Wayne, what was that? Gigi says, crazy ass Wayne. What the fuck, freak? Wait, what do you mean? What the fuck, freak? What are you talking about? Far right channel? Far right north for me. Yeah. So, if you can't be good, you can be good at it. Yeah, that's true. Suspension, Wayne. Yep. Yeah, so they put me on a big timeout and said I was being bad, so I have no choice. It is what it is. So what can I say? What can I say? Who do you complain to? Right? So let's go back to the COVID jails. So as of tomorrow, from what I can gather online and in the social chats and stuff like that I kind of sneak into and I kind of just watch around, From what I can gather, if Trump isn't back in office by tomorrow, or at least talk some good evidence that he may be back in office, I guess there's going to be some hell to pay. Now, here's the one thing that kind of really caught my attention. There was within the QAnon group, they were saying that some of the people that that are not favored by certain groups are referred to as being the Canadians. So when they talk about the people they don't like, they say, well, those Canadians. So that's their code word, I guess, in the QAnon. Naughty, you're in timeout. Scuba Steve, hey, how you doing? Thank you, Scuba Steve, for that donation. I appreciate that, man. So yeah, so they literally they refer to the bad people they don't like as being the Canadians. So not only am I white, but now I'm a Canadian piece of shit. So it is what it is. So I gotta watch what I say for 2 seconds here, guys. Hey, what do we got here? Did you just do this?
Yeah.
It's still wet, eh?
Not really.
Not really? Let me see. Can I show the people?
I will.
You will? Okay. So this is my new artwork. My little artist. Nice.
And it's your favorite color, green.
Yeah, it's one of them, eh? Perfect. All right. Well, we'll put it over on the chair right there to dry off first, and then we'll put it up on the wall. Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
Oh, look at that. That's so nice. That is so beautiful.
What color do you want me to do next?
That's up to you. Okay?
Do you want blue?
Sure. Thank you, babe.
Yeah.
What can I say? What can I say? And that's how it is to be a father trying to broadcast out of your home. These are the challenges of everyday fathers around the world that try to broadcast from home. So it is what it is. I don't mind it. So apparently this is who they refer to. Actually, I'm gonna bring up that video first because it's a very interesting video. Let's see, where was that? Let's go in history. Right here.
In the aftermath of the attack on the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, investigators are trying to figure out what happened and how they missed the signs. But one group of Americans did not miss the signs. They saw it coming, and they see another violent battle brewing today. You're about to meet a group of 3 former QAnon followers and 3 people whose loved ones are still in the grip of QAnon.
Absolutely, Kathy. I totally agree with you.
All of them tell us that the next alarming date comes this week, Thursday, March 4th, to be exact. QAnon.
So Thursday, March 4th. Check it out. Okay.
Has a new plan for violence and destruction, and they don't let reality get in their way.
So, QAnon people that are former QAnon people are now coming out and speaking, saying that there's going to be violence starting tomorrow, or at least the planning of such things, if things don't go their way. So I'm going to fast forward, so I'm not wasting your time here, but it's literally at 5:40. We'll start at 5:40. Nice. Okay, put it over there to dry, and then I will see you in a bit. They're starting. What is that? Seymour Mike. Okay, Mike Seymour is having Horton hears a who moment.
Do you want to show them it?
Yeah, we'll show them. We'll show them quickly. Huh?
A blue one.
Blue. Okay. All right. I'll come up and get you whenever I'm done.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you too.
So, and there it is. Took me. Okay. What was that? That was that a donation? Yes, Mike. Thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate that. So, like chili and crackers. All right. So listen to what she's about to say because it's very important.
They're
words so nobody can pick up and flag it. I've already picked up on that.
Do you have any examples of that?
So watch.
With a phone, they're going to switch the meaning of their words so nobody can pick up and flag it. I've already picked up on that.
Do you have any examples of that?
Speaking of a certain group of people that they consider less desirable, they will use the term Canadians.
So they don't like a particular demographic here in America.
Yes.
And they refer to them
Yes.
as Canadians.
Yes.
And is this their particular...
Now, is that fucking nice or what, eh? So anyways, I'm going to let them finish before I comment on that. So let me just rewind it here because I kind of cut it off. Listen to this.
Canadians.
Yes.
And is this a particular racial group?
Yes. Yeah, can I add to that?
Yes.
So, these QAnon people, when they refer to people they are less desirable, they'll change up the name for them. Instead of saying those assholes over there or these guys over there, they'll say those Canadians. Those Canadians. Fuck you. How's that for Canadian? Alright, let's get back in it.
You have just this huge group of people that feel that their country is in danger, their children are in danger, their freedom is in danger, and so they feel like they have to go to war and they have to fight to get things back right.
I think the biggest thing, that we're looking at, especially coming out of the Capitol riots on January 6th, is that
Holy
people
smokes.
are emboldened to take
Wizard. From one dad to another. A late baby... What? What did I miss? A late birthday present for you. Oh, thank you very much, Wizard. I appreciate that. Man, thank you.
matters into their own
Can you see?
hands.
I'm trying to warn everybody.
Excuse
of
me,
what
I
see
open
is
your
going to
life,
come,
and
and
that's not what I meant.
this group cannot be stopped. And when March 4th comes and goes, we're going to be
wasn't saying
praying
F you to anybody
that they
on
push another
Twitch.
date out there, because if not, the insurrection is going to be a drop in the bucket compared to what's going to happen.
You hear what she said? The insurrection is going to be a drop in the bucket compared to what's going to happen if Trump is not in there. I'm just going to play that
They
again.
push another date out there, because if not, the insurrection is going to be a drop in the bucket compared to what's going to happen.
I just say that's the.
Is that not crazy that they're talking like that? This group of people are talking like that. That is that's crazy. So basically, if QAnon doesn't have a new date by tomorrow, or things aren't planned for tomorrow, there's going to be the insurrection that happened in the Capitol is going to be nothing compared to what's going to happen. And based on what? On who? Who's talking to these groups? How do you get in these groups? That's what I want to know. Not for myself, but just to get information. What do people think this is? Canada or England? I have no idea. No idea. And yes, I got different glasses. I got two pairs of glasses. One that has sunglasses that clip to it, and these have blue blockers built into them. But it's the same prescription, same everything, except these are they're black framed, where the other ones are silver, and so on and so forth. Hello, Alexander. How you doing? From Facebook. Nice to see you. So, not only are we so maybe this is what's going on right now at our with our governments. Maybe there's something at the top of the chain that we're just not seeing. The stuff that they're pushing out and stuff like that. Malice, Malf? Oh, Malf? Is that Malf? I don't know how to pronounce your name there. Anyways, I wasn't talking to you when I said F you. That's not, it's Quiet Girl. I'm usually on YouTube. Ah, nice. Well, wherever you prefer now, I guess we'll be will be pretty much everywhere. But it helps me out when people are watching me on the other platforms as well, because I'll get monetized on those platforms as well. I'm trying to learn Twitch. Twitch is like crazy. There's so many options and so many things to do, which is good. But somebody like me that is not too tech savvy nowadays, it's a little overwhelming sometimes. Like, I don't know how these kids learn this shit. This is crazy. Wayne, it will be Antifa dressed as Trump supporters like November 6th. Probably. I could see that happening. I definitely see that happening. Barbara, thank you very much for following me on Facebook. I just got the notification. So dealing with the shit that we're dealing with here in Canada, let me pull up the protesters face off outside Toronto quarantine hotels. It's getting bad. Like, this is getting really, really bad. What is this, 3 hours ago? There we go. Let's get into this.
First and foremost is that there are reports of certain females being assaulted, sexually assaulted, by security guards. And that was so disturbing.
How you doing,
that
Tess?
Conservative MP Michelle Rempel-Garner raised in the House that this program should be discontinued immediately. It looks like it has been rushed through. It looks like there has been no background checks for the security personnel. And if that's the case, that is egregious. This is putting people at further risk. It is further victimizing the victims. Secondly, we would love to reach out to the government toll-free 1-800 line that's designed for information for the COVID hotels. The only thing is, as I say in Alabama, folks, this dog don't hunt. You cannot get through to that line.
Alexander, how you doing?
One individual on Monday, he had phoned it 15 times. 15 times he had been disconnected without speaking to a human being. In any event, there's no sense phoning, emailing, texting these people, so we are doing some, gumshoe journalism. We are coming right to where the story is occurring, and I'm going to go into the hotel and see if I can get some much-needed answers.
California, how you doing? So one thing I could say about these guys at Rebel News, man, they go all out with everything that they do. Everything that they do, they go all out. Like, their reporters are out there, like, I don't know, and they're right in the faces of everybody. A lot of people are like, oh, they're provoking them, they're doing this, they're doing that. I don't see them as provoking them. I see them as, doing what reporters should be doing, is out there getting the information. It sounds like Malsif. Okay. Because it's Mary. Okay. And Swift. Silver Fox. Okay. Perfect. Thank you for clarifying that. I would have sounded like an idiot all night long, trying to figure that one out.
What is that, sir? When you get a room for the road, can you shut off the camera?
Provoke the truth, exactly.
Hi, man. Were you staying at the Alt Hotel by any chance? Yeah, we're just asking people what it was like to stay there. Were you one of the quarantined air travelers?
No.
Oh, you're
for work.
Oh, okay.
Work visit, yeah.
Wayne, if anything happens tomorrow, it will not be queuing
I
people.
was covered by my company.
They will not talk
okay,
about
so you don't know what the total
Canadians.
cost is,
Yeah, I hear you. Ashley,
$2,000 for 3 nights,
100%.
but
Thanks for that donation,
this doesn't
Ashley.
look like the kind of hotel where you'd have to pay $2,000 for 3 nights.
I don't think it was $2,000 when I was looking at the fees.
Okay. Oh, hi, ma'am. Excuse me. I see you're with the federal government. Can you tell us what's going on in these hotels? What do you think about the people that are being sexually assaulted in these hotels by security guards?
Alexander,
can you tell me what kind of screening has gone into the security? What department of the federal government do you work for? Man, why is there such secrecy?
I love this guy. I love
Are
him.
you with the Public Health Agency of Canada?
And there it is, folks.
Dave's memories of high school. Well, there you have it, folks. Someone claiming to be the manager told us to...
Memories of his high school. So I guess he did. I guess he struck out quite a bit in high school when it came to the ladies. That's awesome.
Call Alana Baker of the Hotel Association of Canada. I did. I got
Joseph,
a
yeah,
voicemail.
things
Maybe
are bad
she'll
here.
get back to us. Maybe she won't. And knock me down with a feather. Somebody called the Peel Regional Police. They came. They spoke to the manager. And they left. Gee, I wonder if I'm going to get a house call in the days ahead like I did with the Toronto Police Service for having the temerity to trespass on a Radisson property. And as far as questions about the sexual assaults and the screening that's gone into the security guards, the man claiming to be the manager didn't want any part of those questions. He told us to basically take a long walk off a short pier. So we will continue our quarantine hotel tour. Next stop, well, why don't we go back to the Radisson? It is coming up for 4 o'clock after all. That's when the Patriots go out and protest and tell the federal government and the owners of the Radisson Hotel, that would be China, by the way, that it's just not right what's happening to the charter rights of Canadians. People who are law-abiding, tax-paying citizens being forced to stay in that rat bag at Four Seasons prices. So let's see what we can China cover there in the minutes and hours ahead.
Crazy.
Hi, ma'am. Were you just staying in this hotel?
Yes.
Can you tell me what the conditions were like in there?
So the rooms are nice, but you can't get help for anything. So I have anxiety disorder. It took 2 days to get me medication. I'm vegetarian. They continue bringing me meat every day.
Wait a minute. So you have dietary restrictions and you needed medication and they ignored those requests?
They would constantly say, yes, I'll help you, but no one would help me. Like 6 hours later, I'll call
Jordan,
again,
thank you very
and
much.
the
Looks
person told me
100
on the phone
times
literally
better.
that it would take 24 hours. I
Unbuttoned
recorded all the conversations.
your top button. Yeah, yeah, I know. I was
Finally,
playing with
once
my
I
kids.
got my negative COVID
I look
test
like-
to try to leave.
Thank you for
they said
pointing
they're
that
gonna
out.
make me stay again for another 24 hours.
Why?
Because there's process to letting you leave, and I said I don't understand. Like, you can't keep me here. I don't have anything to eat here. You're constantly
Yeah,
bringing me meat when I'm
it's because
telling you
we were
that we
playing
don't
with.
do this. Hysterical, crying. They told me if I do try to leave, that they're going to detain me and arrest me.
I actually had it all unbuttoned.
Honestly, it was scary.
You can't even order your own food by DoorDash or Uber. Why not?
I don't know, and so I said that to the guy. I said, if you're not providing me with something, then I should be able to provide myself with it. And the man on the phone from the Red Cross literally
Look at her
laughed
nails.
and said, no, you can't order anything, and you can't leave.
Wait a minute. Somebody from the Red Cross was laughing at you?
Absolutely, and I have it all recorded.
I'd love to get those recordings. I thought the Red Cross were the compassionate people.
No, there was nobody helping me.
Unbelievable.
Andrea? I have an Uber here. I'm trying to just get to my car, park and fly. And the funny thing is I have 2 negative COVID tests. I have my car at park and fly. I have my house that's empty for me to quarantine in. There's no reason that they're holding me here. Today, whenever they said they wouldn't let me leave, I contacted a lawyer and I contacted CTV News already. I didn't know what to do. Like, nobody is helping me.
Well, Andrea, this is egregious,
Wow.
and you haven't been given a fine or anything, have you?
No, because I followed their rules and I didn't leave.
Are you technically finished?
No, I had to finish the next 14 days in my home.
Wow.
No, they let me finally leave because I called Public Health Canada, I called Public Health Toronto, I called a lawyer. Finally, someone contacted me and said that they were going to let me leave, but they wanted me to stay again tonight. I have the emails that show, that say, it doesn't matter if you have your test, this is going to take another 12 hours, so you're going to stay. And I said, no, like, this is ridiculous. I can't even get food here. It took me literally 7 phone calls and 8 hours to get some granola bars sent to my room.
Unbelievable. Why is there, if this hotel's under construction,
For-
why are there
for
no
two-
building permits?
So for $2,000 or less, let's just say $1,000 for 3 days stay, you get treated like crap and no food, no nothing. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I was so hoping to get the name of the Q site that wasn't lame. Yeah, I'll post a link to that site. That's awful. It's like being in jail. You pay for. Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not. I'm in. Officer, wait a second. This hotel. Hey. This hotel is under construction. So where are the building permits? Where are the building permits? Officer, where is the building permits if this hotel is under construction? By law, they have to have that in display. You know what? None of you are scary.
Do you see what's going on here, folks? Do you see what's going on? Armed guards inside the building. You got police outside the building. You got barbed wire fence around the building. You got cops barricading the front of it with privacy screen. This woman finally gets out of there. Says it took her 7 hours, 8 hours to get a chocolate bar or granola bar brought to her room. No food, no nothing. And this is what they're doing to us here in Canada. Now, here's the best thing. Here in Canada, we're so far behind on this damn vaccine. It's ridiculous. They're saying that it could be months before they even start rolling out stuff. So, like, I don't understand what the holdup is for people that want to get this vaccine. Let people get them. And not only are they giving it the vaccine out to people, which, you know, if you want the vaccine, you should take the vaccine. That's totally up to you. I'm not going to get into that. But now they're going to be giving it also to people that are asymptomatic. So even people that don't have any effects to it or have already had COVID, people that have already have the antibodies to it, they're making those people still take the vaccine. See, that's where I kind of like, wait a minute. If you've already had it, you already built up the immune system naturally. Why do I need to put something else in my body? That's the only question I have. And I'm going to be talking to professionals about that. So I'm not giving any medical advice or anything like that. I strongly urge people, if you're going to do anything, talk to your medical doctor, family doctor, or something like that. But just for myself, why would I take Tylenol for a headache I don't have? No, that's what I'm saying. All right, let's continue this here. Check this out.
Are you guys aware of what that woman just went through? Hey? What if your police officer assaulted one of us? You know, get that.
Officer, we've been told by Jamie, the security manager, this hotel is under construction. So why are there no building permits by law on display? Can you tell me that? Officers, where are the building permits? We've been told by Jamie, the security manager, that this hotel is under construction. Therefore, by law, there has to be building permits on display. Why are you not enforcing that law, sir? No, they're taking a vow of silence that would make a monk blush. But that is the truth. We have had, if you don't remember, folks, remember our first encounter with Jamie? Check it out. It was back in January.
Closed for construction.
Yeah, so the hotel's under construction, but I checked with the city of Toronto. If it's under construction, there has to be building permits on display. I don't see that.
Okay, so here's the moral of the story. He wants to see the building permits because Jamie, the head of security, said it's closed for construction. Well, clearly it's not closed for construction. You got a trespass ticket for trespassing on a federal quarantine facility. It says it right on your ticket. And you got confirmation right from the officer. So we already know they lied. They lied. But here's the thing. What do you do? What do we do? So what? They lied about it. They're not under construction. Then what? You gonna call the police? Nope. They're already there. You gonna call Justin Trudeau? Nope. He's the one that put these guys there. At what point? What do we do? What do we do? Right? So, Ashley, if you guys haven't hit that thumbs up button, please consider hitting the thumbs up. Share this out. Help me get past this algorithm. Help me get past all the stuff that YouTube's doing, because YouTube's not sending out any notifications for the YouTube channel. Facebook, Twitter, and Twitter and Twitch are all sending out notifications and stuff like that. Thank you guys very, very much for that. I really appreciate that. But the people on for YouTube, we're gonna have to work a little harder to get the stream out and get people noticing what's going on in here. And like I said, some people love me, some people hate me. It's just how it is. All right, let's get back to this.
Jamie, Mr. Kyle, where are the building permits? Jamie, you are a liar and you are breaking the law, Jamie. What a coward. What a liar. Well, so this is like Tiananmen Square 1989 then.
Oh, I think it's worse because no lessons have been learned.
Okay, then. So are you blocking this truck right now?
I'm just assembling here.
Okay, then.
I'm assembling peacefully in this area.
Okay, then. Well, I hope things don't go off the rails for you. I see the police are giving us a stare down right now, but have the people in the truck told you anything, sir?
I don't know, man. I don't know. They pretend not to be able to speak.
You can leave! Don't let them force you! You can leave! You're getting sexually assaulted!
What are you wearing?
Did you know today is Pink Shirt Day? Today is Anti-Bullying Day! What the hell are you guys doing?
Listen, I just spoke to a couple of days ago Mike in Sudbury. You were instrumental in breaking Mike out of this hotel. And folks, if you don't know the story of Mike, it's going to be posted soon. This was a man, a lineman, who came back from California to Ontario to get a cancer treatment appointment. Was put in this hotel despite the fact that he's an essential worker. He missed his appointment. They wouldn't let him go to the hospital to get his appointment. And thanks to Stephanie, you were able to break him out. He spent 2 nights in this rat bag, eating almost inedible food, and in a room that had black mold in the shower. And I can tell you, Mike is very grateful that not only did you get him out, but you got him.
She's got a really nice toque on, eh? So that's a nice toque. Joseph says, hey, Wayne, could you open up a YouTube channel under one of our names? You could use mine to get around. Yeah, we could. I got other channels, but eventually they're going to just pick me off one by one.
As far as Perry Sound, his wife picked him up, drove him to Sudbury, but he got a ticket for almost $4,000. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's crazy. I think not.
So this guy here, here's his ticket on the left hand side here. I can't really remember, failure to comply with an order something. It says the Quarantine Act, Section 58, and he got a 3,700. I don't even know what number that is. $705, I guess. I don't know. That's weird. Anyways, yeah. So this is he got almost a $4,000 ticket for leaving that motel, and he's an essential worker. Crazy.
Only is it crazy that he got this ticket. I think it's crazy that they came to his residence at 9:30 at night to give him this ticket. It's all intimidation and it's all fear. And thank goodness for Mike and Terry for being so strong and not being fazed by it and willing to fight this as much as it needs to be fought.
You know, maybe Mike's folly, maybe the way he made a mistake was that he came into Toronto as a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen, an essential worker. He's a lineman. What he should have done is, I don't know, fly into New York State, cross into Quebec by Roxham Road, and that way the police don't give you a ticket. They actually carry your bags like bellhops.
Right, yeah, it's crazy.
So what happened? We just got here a few minutes ago. I see more police are coming. They fortified the wall since we were last here. It's kind of like the Great Wall of China, which might be appropriate.
Is there anybody in Canada that does not call what she has on her head a toque? Is there any Canadians in here that agree that that's a toque, or is everybody? Am I just in like a third world country? Well, don't answer that question. I think that's pretty much speaks for itself. But anyways, does anybody call it a toque? Anybody?
Given that this place is owned by China.
Absolutely. Well, it's starting to really look like a prison now. When we first got here, we were informed that this entire street is private property, and none of us are welcome to be on the street, on the sidewalks, on any of the parking lots here. I was given 2 court summons.
See, Canadian
for
there.
organizing
Twitch.
an event over 5 people. Let me be the first to say that I did not invite anybody here.
Okay, well, let me be the first to say, because my fellow Canadian, they're over on Twitch right now. Yeah, we call what she has on her head. Like, I've heard of a beanie. A beanie is just something that covers the top of your head. Something that covers your ears, like what she has on here, we call it a toque. It's called a toque, not a beanie. A beanie is just something that's on the top of your head. A toque covers your ears and your head.
I decided to come myself.
True story.
On top of it, these tickets are not for me. The information on the ticket is for Samantha, and I am Stephanie. And the officer who handed these to me clearly knew that because he called me Stephanie and was very excited to give me these tickets. When I asked, what do I do with the court summons that is not in my name? He said, you have to speak to the officer who gave it to you. I tried to ask the officer who gave it to me, and he had no comments for me.
Well, you know, you don't have to worry about a thing, Stephanie, because you're already a Fight the Fines candidate for us. We're taking care of your lawyer. We're crowdfunding your legal fees through fightthefines.com. So all you have to do is just forward that to our lawyer.
Hey, Dev, how you doing?
We're just going to heap a couple more logs on the fire, I guess, when you get your day in court. But I got to ask you, especially as a woman, what do you make of these reports coming out that there have been females sexually assaulted at these quarantine hotels? If it is true, I think this is very disturbing.
I think this is very disturbing. To begin with, the fact that the locks on doors are being taken
Hey, Sky,
off
how
and
you doing?
can't comfortably sleep in your room by yourself. If I was in one of these hotels, I don't know the men and the women who are working here. I would like that safety for myself. So on top of it, now to hear the allegations that are coming out, it's absolutely sickening.
Yeah. So we have one of the, I guess it's the interment vessels. It's kind of like a kinder, gentler paddy wagon. And maybe I can get the driver to speak to me. No.
Rick. Stocking cap?
Oh.
Yeah, we call him a toque up here.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping to get a comment, sir.
If I tell my daughter, go get your toque right now, she'll come down with one of those. That's what we call them. I don't know. It's like a put-in. You guys, any of you know what a put-in is? Or poutine, or poutine, or a puts-in. Do you guys know what that is? The Canadian people will definitely know what that is.
Hi, sir. Can you tell me what your role is here? Who are the people that you're bringing here? Check out the wall, the little yellow twine rope that would stop a gerbil at 40 paces. That's being taken away, and now they've got a steel a fence or a gate. It's on rollers, I see, and they still have the private property no trespassing. They've also got some concrete bunkers. So they're definitely beefing up the entry point here. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of
Martin
Three
Beaver
Little
knows
Pigs. You know,
it.
They start off with straw, then wood, I guess brick. I guess next week we're going to see...
Say it, Wayne. What is it? Well, you could say it 2 ways. It's either puts in, or some people call it a poutine. So, depends on how you want to say it. But anyways, it's a puts in. It's fries, curds with gravy, all mixed together. If you haven't tried it, and you don't have it in your town, I'm telling you, start making it and selling it, you're going to be rich. You're going to be rich, because here in Canada, it sells like hotcakes. So if you don't have that in your area, start deep frying fries, get some nice fresh curds, and get some good quality gravy. Mix it together. Telling you, you'll make a mint. Just remember, when you become rich, just remember who put you on the idea, all right? Fries with melted curds. You say you. I'm telling you. I've had people come from all over the world come down into Canada, and we end up showing it. We show them it, and they're like, now, and then they try it and they're like, wow. They're like, wow, that's actually really good. I'm like, yep. There's a guy in England, I can't remember his name for the life of me, who reached out to me. This was about 2 years ago. He came down from England, and not cottage cheese, like curds. And he went back to England, and he started making it in his hometown, deep frying fries and making exactly that. And the guy he says 90% of his business is people buying that. So if you don't have that in your town and you're in the restaurant business, you'll make a killing. Look it up. It comes from Canada, French toux. I'm telling you. Here, like, hold on a second here. Here, look. Here, let me put this up on the screen here. This is what it looks like. You see right there? You get your fries. You put some curds on it, and then you put some gravy on it. Usually the ones that look like this look real good. I'm telling you, if you haven't tried this, you don't know what you're missing. I'm telling you will be rich. If you don't have this in your town, a nice beef gravy is pretty good. Nice beef. I'm telling you, if you haven't tried it, before you knock it, get the gravy you love the most on potatoes and stuff like that, and get some curds like this, some white curds. You know, because white, well, it might be racist, but whatever. A nice dark gravy like this is like usually the best. Hardcore cheese fries, yes, with some gravy on it. Those are cheese curds, yes. Yes, I'm telling you, right here. Look at that. Look at that, right there. Nice dark gravy with some nice curds and deep fried. Telling you. I tried poutine when I was in Canada. I didn't care for it. Yeah, some people do, some people don't. Try it. I'm telling you. If you haven't tried it, I'm telling you. You get the white curds with the dark gravy. It's a recipe for insurrection. I don't know. There we go.
See barbed wire on the top of that fence. Folks, I'm here with Jason.
Lisa, you got to try it.
He knows a little bit about what it's like.
Try it, I'm telling you. I know it looks gross.
Jason, a few weeks ago, was at Queen's Park, and because him and some other family members were wearing these red...
Too loud and too proud.
Too loud and too proud.
Yes.
So I guess it's against the law to be a big mouth in Tyrant Tories Toronto these days.
Yes,
not cottage cheese, no.
They targeted us simply because we were too noticeable.
Too noticeable.
Yeah, was wearing one of our sweaters that day as well, and also was ticketed.
So it is a crime in John Tory's Toronto to be too noticeable?
Too noticeable.
I'm telling you.
Too proud as a Canadian.
Well, you know,
I get you an 800, and ours was $30. But other people's have been $750. Other people's have been $850. They're random.
Well, you know, I guess there's a silver lining in the Gay Pride Parade being canceled again this year, sir, because if they're going after noticeable, loud, proud people, wow, they would fill every prison with...
would certainly be tired by the end of the day, that's for sure.
So this is just absolutely incredible. Now, I think you have already gotten in touch with our Fight the Five.
Yes.
There comes another paddy wagon, cow catcher, whatever you want to call it. Sir, who have you picked up from the airport?
Wolflight 5. Nice.
I see.
That's crazy.
Well, but before they shut the gate, and I guess what's next? Maybe a drawbridge and a moat with alligators in it for next week? I just noticed one person other than the driver in that vehicle. I don't know if it's a staff member or if it's a new inmate / guest for the lovely Radisson. But we'll continue to monitor the progress. Hey, that was loud. Well, folks, I caught up with Samantha. Now, Samantha, you might recall from several weeks ago, she actually got some, I don't know, cockamamie seatbelt ticket out of all the thousands and thousands of cars on the road that day. Why was she targeted? Well, I think it was because you had anti-lockdown messages on your minivan here.
The
Check
Invisible
it out.
Veteran.
Excuse me, David Menzies.
2151.
Why did that officer pull you
14.
over?
Because I told him that they are not withholding their oath, and he saw that my seatbelt wasn't on properly, so he decided to pull me over to ticket me for not wearing my seatbelt properly.
No kidding. So here we are now, and you're in front of the Radisson Hotel. You're
Yes,
trying to liberate
Mary-Ann.
people. We got here just a few moments before your encounter with police. What happened?
So we got here, we were shocked by what was happening, so we tried to observe, see what was going on. And then I was confronted by this really rough, angry woman with a ticket. And I don't know what it was for. I couldn't make out what she was saying. So I asked her what this is for, and I said I don't consent. I don't understand what's going on. So she then shoved the ticket in my chest, and it dropped to the ground, and it got all wet. So she picked it up, and I took it. Oh no, sorry, I picked it up. Actually, I don't even remember how that played out. But I had the ticket in hand, and then I noticed that the ticket was not for my name. It wasn't for me, and so I questioned, what do I do with this? Because this is not me. I don't.
So, Samantha and what? What did I see there? So there's Samantha and who? What was the other girl? I'm trying to check go back on the. Shit. I don't know where it was. Someone. Wayne has seen. Okay. I bet the band sucks at the Radisson Lounge. Yeah. Where? What did you say? Somebody said they switched tickets. I didn't. Okay, where was that? Oh, Stephanie switched tickets with Samantha. It's true. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh. Probably. It looks that way.
I don't know what to do. And she said, you need to ask the serving officer, whoever gave you the ticket. So this one is for Stephanie, which is not my name. I am Samantha. It says fail to comply with continued section whatever. And then this one says
Stephanie.
Oh, same thing. Fail to comply with the Reopening Act.
And who's that ticket for?
For Stephanie.
Oh, okay then.
This is not my address. This is not me. This is not for me.
Well, I guess, are you going to hand them to Stephanie, or I mean?
I don't know. I don't know who this person is. I mean, I'm not Stephanie, so I can't do anything with this. But
it seems like the police don't know who's who in the zoo, so to speak. They're not even giving the right people the tickets.
Right? I mean, that just really goes to show how much of a laughingstock this whole matter is. We're here trying to help the people who are being unlawfully detained, and you come again with your intimidation.
You got it, America Off-Grid. You got it.
But again, like I said last time, we are not the ones to be scared. So.
And tell me, especially as a woman,
Thanks,
how
Wolf
do you
Light.
feel about these stories that are surfacing that people have been getting sexually assaulted at these government quarantine hotels? If these allegations are true, to me what it suggests is that they haven't done the proper background screening for the jailers, the security guards that are keeping people under lock and key. I think this is very disturbing.
Honestly, I can't even begin to fathom that. And as a woman, I couldn't even begin to being stuck in here already with the fear of what is going on, and then to have a male presence take advantage of you like that. Yeah, if anything, I speak for all the women who are here. That makes us stand up stronger, and that makes us stand up and say, no, we will not take what is happening, and we sure as hell will not take that at all.
Can you believe this is happening in Canada in the 21st century?
I'll tell you, like, I have 4 kids, and
I don't know. Man. Why does every movement and everything that people, like, every movement, everything time somebody tries to stand up and say their piece and my hat goes off to this girl. But, like, the wrong people are trying to stand up and fight. It's the people that are trying to look for attention. The people that are like, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. That are out there yelling and screaming. Like, not all of them, but some of them. And I don't know if you guys get the same feeling.
Ever envisioned that this would be their life.
Officer, can I ask you, Do these people legally have to stay here? Any questions? You want to answer any questions? Why is that, sir?
Because I'm not authorized to answer questions.
Okay, then, but I mean, you're here on the ground, and I'm just wondering if...
But I'm not here to answer questions.
Okay, well, I thought it was a free country, and I just want to hear your side of the story.
And it's my position that I'm not answering your questions.
Absolutely, you have the freedom to walk away, but I'm just wondering if these people have to stay here, if there is a legal penalty for them to leave.
I'm not answering your questions. I'm not answering your questions.
As a citizen, can I ask you, is there legal grounds to trespass people off the sidewalk here? He's an absolutely great officer.
I'm not answering your questions. I'm not here for an interview.
No, well, I got a ticket. I'm inquiring about my trespass ticket for walking on the sidewalk.
Okay, well, you can bring that up with the justice of the peace.
Well, how come one police officer says that I'm trespassing on a sidewalk that's owned by the Radisson or the Chinese government? Apparently this sidewalk all here is owned by the Chinese government. They didn't tell you that, Mr. Chris?
Actually, sir, do we know where the property line is for the hotel?
You see, here's something I want you guys to look at, okay? I want you guys to see something, okay? Look at this officer, okay? I don't know if you guys noticed, but he's very, very aggressive. If there wasn't that many people around right now, this would be an officer that would go off and would be set off instantly like that. If it wasn't for all the cameras and stuff going around, you could see it in his face. Some officers are like, I can't answer the questions, and you could see it. They're just like, they want to say something, but they're in the position where they're like, nah, you know, they just can't. Rick, thank you very much for that donation. I really appreciate that, brother. So we're just looking at one of the COVID jails, one of the isolation camps here in Canada. I'm going to rewind it. I want you guys to look at how he's looking at this woman. You see, he's looking at her. I'm going to rewind it here. Watch.
Officer says that I'm trespassing.
Watch his facial. Watch his eyes, okay? You can't watch his face because he's wearing a fucking mask, but watch his eyes.
Passing on a sidewalk that's owned by the...
He's got a look in him like, You see?
Radisson or the Chinese government. Apparently
watch his face.
All here is owned by the Chinese government. They didn't tell you that, Mr. Chris?
Look at his eyes. Look at the eyes on him. He's looking at her like and I guarantee you he's like thinking to himself right now, you're lucky there's cameras and everything here, or I would be throwing you in cuffs and in a cage right now. This officer, just by his body stance, how he's standing, his look as he's like piercing at her. He's not looking at anything else around him except for her. He's focused in on her. If there wasn't cameras there, that woman, I'd be scared that woman there'd be problems for her. Look at him.
Actually, sir, do we know where the property line is for the hotel and where the?
I don't have a survey.
Okay. Without.
You see, and then the smart remarks, like, I don't have a survey. Okay, well maybe you don't have a fucking survey, but maybe you want to enlighten people to where you think maybe they should be standing, because you know what? If they stand 2 feet here, they shouldn't go to jail because you don't know where the survey is. So if you don't know where the survey is, based on what he just said, how can he give her a trespass act? He just admitted on camera that he does not have a survey, so he does not know if that woman that just got that trespass act for being on the sidewalk, that ticket should be invalid based on what this guy just said. So if you don't know where their survey is, then you don't know where to draw the line for giving tickets out then. And you can see like his snarty remarks, that right there, that's just not right. That's not right. Look, I'll play that again.
They didn't tell you that, Mr. Chris?
Look at him.
Actually, sir, do we know where the property line is for the hotel and where the?
I don't have a survey.
Okay. But that would be germane to the point here if we're going to be trespassing people.
Then she can bring that up with the justice of the peace.
So basically, what if your fellow officers?
Well, folks, the protest.
So, and again, it's just bring it up with the justice of the peace. Like the court systems don't have enough shit on their plate that they got to deal with cops that are just throwing people in court system. So she's gonna have to get a lawyer. She's gonna have to take time to go to the courthouse. She's gonna have to do all of this stuff just because an officer said, "Ah, fuck, just go do it." This is kind of ridiculous behavior that needs to stop. This needs to stop.
Is still here, although guess what? I heard some of them are breaking off and going to the Alt Hotel. It's definitely not as fortified as the Radisson Hotel. Hey, how you doing, officer?
Wow.
Good. Good.
They're holding kids in there. There's young kids in that room.
How you doing, officer? Good, sir.
I guess I don't really even understand what's going on right now.
As I understand it, sir, these people are here. They have a phone number, and they're asking people to phone the number, and I guess they can leave. They'll provide rides for
Crazy.
them.
Absolutely, absolutely crazy that this kind of behavior is actually taking place here in Canada. I never in a million years thought that I would see the day where Canadians are flying home to their own country and being forced to pay $2,000, up to $2,000, for a room that has no locks. You get sexually assaulted, shitty ass food, and that's what's going on right now. Crazy, absolutely crazy. I never in my life have I heard any of that, or seen, or even thought that would be impossible. And that's why, going back to what I was saying before, why they're censoring everybody on social media now. Mainstream media is not posting this stuff. Mainstream media is not talking about this stuff. Only the people, you, me, people around on all the platforms, we're the only ones sharing out this information. If this information was not shared out on social media right now, nobody would know that it even exists. And that's why they're censoring slowly, little bit at a time, little bit at a time. It's eventually going to get really bad. This is what Trudeau wants. He loves dictatorship. He loves dick, that's for sure. Dictatorship, yes.
Actually, you can give me clarity. We're trying to figure out if these people in these quarantine hotels are legally obliged to stay here, officer. Do you know?
I'm not too sure. Honestly, I'm not going to pretend I know what's going on with the rules because they're obviously changing moment to moment.
Right.
An officer just literally said on camera, live, he does not know the rules and regulations because they're changing moment to moment. Do you not see the problem there? How can this officer do his job effectively if the people at the top are changing their minds every 2 seconds, and then he's going to take the brunt of it? Now, see, there's a difference here. This is a good officer, taking time to talk, but not talk about too much and not give too much information. But at the same time, he still recognizes that people want answers, and that's his job, is to calm things down, keep the peace, part of their job description, and that you need to do that, you need to talk. Thank you, Wayne. Appreciate your streaming. Thank you very much, Gigi. I really appreciate you, man. I really do. Here, let's continue here.
We were just called here just because there was a gathering,
Yes.
and the property management just wanted people on the sidewalk.
Oh, okay. This is part of their property here. Okay.
So they just wanted you guys on the sidewalk, but you guys aren't causing any problem. So.
Crazy. Here's the next.
Are you bringing in detainees every day? What's going on? What's happening to this country? Man, but why would you want to go? You don't have to go. We'll give you right home. Prisoner,
This is crazy. This is crazy. Look, he's thinking. This guy's thinking. He's literally debating on whether or not he should go in or not. You see him looking around? If he was scared of the crowd there, he'd be just getting in and out. But he's looking around like he's debating on whether or not he wants to go. Look at this.
Folks, have you had your rights trampled on during this pandemic?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have. So that's the kind of shit that's coming to a neighborhood near you. But maybe not. Maybe not. Wolflight, thank you very much for that $10. Thank you. Thanks, Wayne, from everyone on Twitch. I appreciate that, brother. I really do. Thanks for jumping over and doing that. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Ted. At least Texas opened up everything. But a lot of people are saying that, you know, that was a move to basically distract from the fact that he dropped the ball when it came to the power outages and how it was handled and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know enough about the situation to know if Ted screwed up or not. Maybe you guys can enlighten me a little bit. Maybe you guys can tell me if he did or he didn't. I don't know if he did or didn't. Top doctors lay out a plan for the New World Order. Let's check this out.
I would now like to ask Dr. DeVilla to provide her report for today.
Thank you, Meritori, and good afternoon. Today I'm reporting 389 new cases of COVID-19. 30 people have been admitted to hospital.
Now, what she's saying is real. They're just changing the voice to make it sound like she's the devil.
Bringing the total to 351. Sadly, I am reporting one additional death. I know this doesn't seem very scary or threatening, and that's because it isn't. We actually could easily let everybody outside and it would be fine, but then you would be having a little bit too much fun. The only way to keep you safe is for you to not have any life, lose all of your money, and eventually have to take part in the Great Reset, where you won't own anything and you'll be happy. So, I am just Lucifer Corel de Villa trying to explain to you the future of the New World Order. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. My name is...
I thought that would be funny. Maybe too soon? Too soon, maybe? Anyways, I thought it would be funny. I'm sorry if it wasn't funny. I'm sorry. I apologize. I just thought it was funny. We need a little bit of humor in here. Like, it's the end of the friggin' world as we know it. We might as well be laughing a little bit. How goes it, Clayton? How you doing, Copperhead? How you doing? All right, let's get back into this here. No, that's not what I wanted. All right. Dropped a super chat from all of us here on Twitch. Thanks, y'all, for streaming on Twitch. I appreciate everybody that's on all the platforms right now. Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. All of you guys. Each and every friggin' one of you is rock. Hardcore rocking. Let me see. Yes, Ashley, Gordon, Rick, and Wolflight. Thank you guys very much for your donations tonight. I really appreciate that. Gordon, gonna have to talk to you about a little, maybe tweaking a few more little things in here in the studio. But I'll email you after in regards to that. The Stones were, yes, okay. So let me see what else we got here. Where was that? There was another. Oh, yes. Hold on. I got a video here. I want to show you guys. It's on Facebook. Wayne, how you view all the chats, man? How do I view all the chats? Well, Wolflight's in right now. I got everything all on one screen. I just kind of read through them all. I got my glasses now. Like, I can see what the hell's going on. I'm good. You didn't think I was just going to get my glasses and then not use them, right? Lori, how you doing? All right, so where was that? All right, where was that? Let me see. Oh yeah, they're taxing the rich now, eh? Apparently.
I'm Elizabeth Warren, the senior senator from the Commonwealth.
So I'm just gonna play. I'm gonna
Massachusetts.
play a little bit of this.
I'm here with my colleagues, Brendan Boyle from Pennsylvania and Pramila Jayapal from Washington State, and we're here to talk about the wealth tax. It is time for a wealth tax in America. I want to remind everybody what the wealth tax is. It is a tax on the fortunes above $50 million. In other words, your first $50 million is free and clear, but your 50 millionth and first dollar, you got to pay 2 cents. And 2 cents on every dollar after that until
2 cents for every dollar after 50 million.
you hit $1 billion. When you hit
until you hit $1 billion. Listen, I don't know who has these fucking problems, and I want to meet the guy that's like, fuck, man, I gotta pay taxes on my $1 billion now. Like, whoever's having these problems, I'll trade you. Like, seriously? Like, man, honey, what did we make this year? 51 million. Oh, damn, we're gonna have to pay 2 cents on a dollar now. Seriously? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. But anyways, let's go.
$1 billion, you got to pay a few cents more.
So after you get $1 billion, we're gonna renegotiate. And you're gonna have to pay a few more cents, just a couple more pennies on the dollar, if after your first billion. So after your first 50 million, we got to give you 2 cents on each dollar taxes, and then after that, we're gonna start. After you get to your first billion, once you get to your first billion, you have to pay a little bit more, just a little bit. Don't worry, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. Like, what kind of money are, like, who has this kind of money? Who, like, literally, great timing, lady. Well, the rest of the fucking world's losing their shirt off their back. Well, let's talk about a new tax for people over $50 billion or $50 million. Really? Unbelievable.
This is a wealth tax that has been needed for a long time. We need it to produce more revenue, to create more opportunity in America. But it is a wealth tax that we particularly need because of the changes in this country under the pandemic. We have watched the wealth of the billionaire class in America increase by more than $1 trillion over the last year. A 2 cent wealth tax would just help level the playing field.
How am I going for the goth look?
And create the kind of...
Wait a minute. How am I going for the goth look, Lori? My fingernails aren't painted black. I got a black shirt and a black top on. How is this goth? Tomorrow night I'll wear black lipstick and black eyeliner, paint my fingernails black. Then we'll see about goth.
Revenue that would let us build back better, as Joe Biden.
Did you hear that? See, I got sidetracked by Lori. I wanted to make that dramatic entrance. So listen, they're going to charge you 2 cents after $50 million, right? And when you get to your first $1 billion, you got to pay a few more cents on that. And why are they doing that? To generate some more income. And check out why. Check this out. Listen to what she says here. This is very important.
Help level the playing field a little bit and create the kind of revenue
right here
that would let us build back better, As Joe Biden says,
did you hear that? It's all about money and building back better. Here in Canada, we want to build back better because we won't want to build the same. Build back better. Man, this is... Yeah, there you go. D1R3 Wolf. Yeah, I'm just trying to be less white. Fuck that.
would let us make the investments in our children, investments in infrastructure, investments in a clean economy, investments in America's future. So I'm delighted to be here today to roll this out and to take questions. But first, we want to hear from Congressman Boyle, and let me put my mask back on.
I'll yield too.
Congresswoman Jayapal.
Thank you so much, Senator. So grateful for your tremendous leadership on this for quite some time now. And to my colleague in the House, we're thrilled to be working on this in partnership with the Senator. This is a moment where I think structural inequality and inequity has really been laid bare during this pandemic and this economic crisis. It is a moment where 1 in 7 families don't have enough to eat. More than 8 million people have been pushed into poverty. Nearly 1 million new people every week are filing unemployment claims, and that's on top of the more than 75 million who have lost their jobs. This historic loss of jobs has also led to a historic loss of health care, and all of this has happened as we've surpassed 512,000 deaths due to COVID.
Build back better. Once I get Watch What Wayne back up and running again, Monday, hopefully Monday, they say Monday, but I don't know if it's going to be Monday they're going to release it and I get it back Tuesday. But regardless, I just want to ask everybody that's here, Twitch, Facebook, everybody that's here right now, when I do get Watch What Wayne back, I really want to sit down with you guys and come up with a plan so that we can build back better with Wayne. I want to build a YouTube channel that's just going to explode in the social media world. So with your help, I want to build back better. Watch What Wayne. Man, that didn't even sound right coming out of my fucking mouth. What a bunch of horse shit. Anyways, I wanted to show you guys that because it was all about build back better. Build back better Bitsy. I don't know. Stupid. Alright, so with that, okay, hold on. Got another video here I want to talk to you guys about, show you guys anyways. Yay, can't wait. Yeah. Hold on. Where is it? Is it? Oh no, I think I just went past it. I did. I went past it. What's that? Get your Discord going, Wayne. That will help. Yes, definitely. I'm about to give. All right. Oh, where was it? Residents have a legal right to see visitors and family members. Have a right to look out for the interest of their loved ones. It's time. Yeah. It's time. You know how many people are dying alone right now here in Canada? I don't know about in the States, but I know here in Canada, it's getting crazy. Advocating for loved ones in Ontario care homes should not be a crime. I agree. True provides update 10 hours ago. Basically, it's the same shit. We're all going to be screwed. No vaccine, as always. What else we got here? Where was this? Receiving government contracts. Oh, yes, okay. It is about the jobs. Remember, except Keystone. I didn't expect any. Where was this? Okay, yeah, there's only going to be jobs released in Quebec. Yeah. So, okay, I can't find it. I should have printed it out is what I should have did. Should have just printed it out. Anyways, long story short, we're screwed. Just kidding, we're not screwed. Anybody that thinks we're screwed and we're not. We'll get through this. Wayne Biden makes rocks look like geniuses. Maybe. I don't know. Where was this? China is spying on you. A different way China spies on you. They got a million ways. Oh yes, here, check it out.
Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Well, guess what? Also, men aren't supposed to be walking into our room, right? But you guys don't care, right? About that. You guys only care.
Why? Okay, look at this. We ask you to not activate the manual lock located on your bedroom door frame. What are you asking me to do right now?
And the hotel quarantine people trying blaming us for not locking our doors, yet we have pieces of paper telling us that we were legally not allowed to lock our doors.
Do you hear that? It says you're legally not allowed to lock your doors in these motels. Think about that for a second. You're legally not allowed to lock the doors. Why? I want to see if I can get that where she was talking about that. Hold on. Right here. Hold on.
Look at this. We ask you to not activate.
We ask you not to activate the manual lock located on your door.
The manual lock
on your bedroom door frame. If required. Wow, that is crazy.
Lock located on your bedroom door.
You are safe as there. Okay, on your door. You are safe as there.
Door frame. What are you asking me to do right now?
I really, really wish I could get my hands on one of those pamphlets. I think it says you do not activate the manual lock on your door, as you are probably safe due to the security guards that are touching people. And now it's illegal? Bullshit. Okay, keep going here.
And the hotel quarantine people trying blaming us for not locking our doors, yet we have pieces of paper telling us that we were legally not allowed to lock our doors. How is that safe when we have unlocked doors?
After the guests don't even know that there's a quarantine going on in there.
Yeah.
Or the front backs never did that.
I'm here in Montreal in front of a COVID quarantine facility. I was just on the phone with two girls that are held in this COVID facility. As I was on the phone with them, they were actually called with a quarantine officer and said that they could be released. Here's the interview with them and the phone call with the quarantine officer.
Hello? With Miss Green or Miss Duff? Yes, both of us here right now, present. Hi, my name is Emily. I'm the quarantine officer. Calling you because I received your test results. Yep. I need to know if... What do you mean another place for quarantine? We have a flight. Yes, so you want to quarantine and get back home? Yeah, we're flying home to go home and go to our houses and be safe. To go home, I need to know I have a few questions then. So make sure it's a suitable place for isolating yourself. So making sure there is no vulnerable person at home. Is there anybody over 65 having premises needs or
Tell me where you live, who's living there, anybody over 65, because I want to know if it's suitable enough for you to go home. What the fuck? Seriously? Could you imagine if I came out here? I want everybody right now to just rewind, pause, stop, pause for a second, rewind to a year and a half ago, before the pandemic and all this time. Okay? Hey guys, so it's going to be a crazy night. I got some information I want to tell you guys. This time next year, there's going to be a huge lockdown worldwide. Virus is going to be taking over the world. It's going to have a 98% or whatever it's going to be, recovery rate. They're going to have a vaccine for it, but they're going to quarantine you in these facilities. They're going to be sticking things up your nose for testing. If I came out and said this shit a year and a half ago, everything that is going on right now, people would be calling me the conspiracy theory. They'd be calling me Alex Jones. They would be calling me a million other things if I was to say exactly what is going on right now. And people would be saying there is no way in hell this is ever going to happen. No way in hell this will ever fly in North America. There's just no way. The people will not stand for it. It's as simple as that. Can't be. Never happen. And that this is what we're dealing with right now, where you have to do a survey to see if it's safe for you to go home. If they approve you to go home. What the fuck? Hold on, guys. Before everybody ends the stream tonight, I need you guys to send me all your IDs and blah, 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 and every so I can approve you going home tonight. Could you imagine? Can you imagine you're at the bar drinking, having a meal, or whatever the case may be, and your server comes up to you and says, okay, so you're going to go home? Yeah. Well, can you tell me who lives there? I want to make sure you're not going home and doing anything stupid or endangering anybody. You're drunk right now, so now that you're drunk and you're going home, you're not thinking rationally. We just want to make sure that there's nobody at home that's vulnerable. You have kids there? Do you have kids at home that you're going to be going home drunk to? Do you have a wife that, you'd be telling the server to take it and shove it up? That's what you'd be telling the server. You'd be like, fuck off. But yet this is what we're dealing with right now. Crazy.
I live in a completely separate area than my family. I live in a house that's over 5,000 square feet.
Once you're ready to leave, you have to call the volunteers, so they'll come and knock on your door to give you the letter and escort you to the exit.
And then I can call my own taxi or my own Uber or something like that?
You have to go through them because the security guard will allow them to go through.
Okay, but
So you need to go through a special security clearance. You'll get a security card, which will allow you to get into only specific vehicles that will bring you home, and they will, of course, evaluate your living situation at that point. Wow. Crazy.
I can let you know. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Staying in the hotel was actually as soon as we got there, within a few hours, 2 men tried breaking into our rooms, and the hotel quarantine people tried blaming us for not locking our doors.
Okay, look at this. We ask you to not activate the manual lock located on your bedroom door frame. What are you asking me to do right now?
Yet we have pieces of paper telling us that we were legally not allowed to lock our doors. So, and you can see the sweat on my face from being so hot in the hotel. We were sweating in there, couldn't breathe. We had to break open the window and remove screws just so that we could open the window to get fresh air. There's no surveillance cameras. No surveillance cameras to watch who's there. The security guards aren't much of security.
Look at this. This is what they have to do in these facilities to feel safe. They take their luggage and they stack it in front of the doors so that they don't have to feel unsafe while they're living in these facilities right now. And this is acceptable here in Canada? I'm pissed right now. I am just livid. Wow.
Security guards, they are normal men, dressed in normal day clothes with chains on, hats on, looking like someone you'd see in the mall. So I don't consider that much of a security guard. And there's other people walking freely around the hotel that aren't there quarantined. How is that safe when we have unlocked doors?
Half of the guests don't even know that there's a quarantine going on in there.
Yeah.
Or the front desk, that. We were put in the back of a hotel, which is essentially not used anymore.
Horrible. And to ask for food or ask to go outside for fresh air or even a cigarette would take hours to do so. They also gave me vegan food that wasn't vegan.
So you have to ask to go for a cigarette. You have to ask for food when you need it, and it takes hours and hours to get it. And she said she got food. So I could eat for almost 17 hours yesterday because everything they kept bringing me, was not vegan.
So I couldn't eat for almost 17 hours
special needs, special diets.
And are you glad to be heading home now?
Yes! We're coming home, Toronto! We're free!
Oh my god! We didn't have a fine, and we don't have to pay the hotel. We had to pay the COVID test, so make sure you guys deny it, even if you get taken to the hotel, because you don't have to pay anything.
Don't have to pay a dime.
Don't have to pay a dime. So even if they're telling you, just go, but refuse, and that's what we did, and now we're free 24 hours later with no bills.
If you or anyone you...
Wow. This is crazy. Why not just smoke in your room? Yeah, you set off the alarm, then you're going to get fined for that. Man, that is absolutely disgusting that people are dealing with this shit and they're not allowed to, like, who puts that in? The pamphlet. You cannot lock the door? What the like that? I don't understand that. I do not understand them saying that you can't lock the door in the pamphlets. You cannot legally lock your door in the motel that you're paying $2,000 for. Wow. Queen Loyal, how you doing? Absolutely disgusting. Man, I don't even know what to say right now. I do not know what to say. What we got here? We got... Oh, actually. Let's see. Does that pop? Nope, that's not popping up. So, guys, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, can you please consider hitting that thumbs up button? It really does help out the algorithm. It helps out the stream. If we can get as many people to share it out and hit that thumbs up button, it would really, really help me out tremendously. Gets more people in here. Puts me in that suggested box on the right-hand side. The more thumbs up we get. And then more people come in, the better off it is. It'd be crazy. 40 says, from Twitch says, nuts. Yes, it is nuts. Absolutely nuts. All right, so my nose is itchy. What we got here? Yeah, equality. Okay, here, and equity. Remember I made this mistake last night? Yeah.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. We're in reporter mode tonight, here with some key stats on your government. Here they are. 42 days into the administration and still no solo press conference from Joe Biden. That is the longest stretch of silence from any new president in at least a century. So by refusing to speak directly to the media, Joe Biden is attacking our most cherished democratic norms. Even CNN is complaining about it. And we would echo those complaints if we really cared. But honestly, we're just as happy that Joe Biden remains in seclusion. Imagine a full press conference from Joe Biden. An endless hour of blank spots and mumbling and his wife interjecting with the right answer. How depressing would that be? It's one thing to know your country's being led by a guy in cognitive decline. It's another thing to see it, and we don't want to see it. And what would reporters ask anyway? We got a taste the other day when one shouted this as Biden shuffled by. What did you learn from your classified briefing on border security?
Watch this.
Question. Joe Biden's answer? A lot. That was it.
Watch.
Do you believe him? Did Joe Biden really learn a lot? Now or at any time in the past 5 years? Come on. As we said, the whole thing is too sad to watch, so we're not going to. Instead, we're happy to listen to Joe Biden's flap. They hold the press conference.
I wish he would play it because it was a sad day when he just didn't know what to say.
Now, in the last month, Joe Biden's mouthpieces have had to explain why he bombed Syria, why he blocked the passage of a $15 minimum wage, why Dr. Seuss is racist. And then in their spare time, Joe Biden's scribes produce an awful lot of presidential proclamations. They're heavy on the proclamations in Washington these days, a lot of proclaiming. One of Joe Biden's very first was entitled An Executive Order on Advancing Racial Equity and Support for Underserved Communities Through the Federal Government, end quote. This was the document that introduced the administration's new equity plan, which is going to, and we're quoting, eliminate systemic barriers to opportunities and benefits for people of color and other underserved groups. It's quite a mouthful. But what does it mean? Has anyone asked what it means? Or did everyone in Washington just graduate from Yale and intuitively understand sloppy, meaningless words like this? Possible. But the rest of us might still like to know what a systemic barrier is and how Joe Biden plans to eliminate it. That's easy. With equity, of course.
Yeah,
But
Debbie,
that
for
raises a
sure.
whole new question. What exactly is equity? And how is it different from equality? Equality being the central principle this country was founded
So let me
on.
know when you're ready.
Well, the first thing to know about equality is that it's designed to challenge power. Equity, by contrast, is designed to protect power. Equity is what the British monarchy had. Equality is what the American colonists wanted. Equality is what allowed Andrew Jackson to rise from a childhood of bitter poverty in the Carolina woods, where he was born in 1867, and make it all the way to the White House. Andrew Jackson was tough, smart, and energetic. He lived a remarkable life, and America rewarded him for it. That's equality. People like that rising to the top. Equity is the opposite. Equity is what allowed Kamala Harris, the privileged child of 2 PhDs, to stay privileged. And in the end, to become one of the most powerful people on the planet, despite having achieved nothing impressive or worthwhile over the span of 56 years. So, Andrew Jackson and Kamala Harris, both Democrats, one the child of equality, the other the child of equity. That's the difference in a nutshell. So to recap, equality challenges power, equity protects power.
Nice.
That principle has never been on starker display than in the case of the teachers' unions, which is some of the most powerful institutions in America, naturally are using the term equity to justify their own prerogatives as they hurt the weak, in this case school children, or increasingly desperate parents. Last night we told you about the president of the Los Angeles Teachers Union, an equity promoter called Cecily Maillard Cruz. For months, parents whose kids use public education in Los Angeles have been begging Cecily Maillard Cruz to reopen the schools, and why wouldn't they? How has Cecily Maillard Cruz responded? Well, by demanding that those parents shut up immediately. Those parents, she explained, have the wrong skin color. Therefore, unlike entitled unionized teachers who can never
The wrong
be fired,
skin color?
those parents have privilege.
Some voices are being allowed to speak louder than others. We have to call out the privilege behind the largely white, wealthy parents driving the push for a rushed return. Their experience of this pandemic is not our students' families' experiences.
Calling out the privilege, says the lady who can literally never be fired from her job no matter how she acts, including like that. Never mind the 100% increase in suicides among school-aged children. Cecily Maillard Cruz is not interested in that. She's interested in equity, which means she's interested in protecting her own unearned privilege by attacking the people below her.
That's crazy.
What do the parents and children being attacked think of this? Well, Cecily Maillard Cruz
They've been lit.
asked them because she doesn't care. So yesterday, Fox Los Angeles reporter Bill Melugin stepped up and asked them himself. And here's what they said.
It's almost like minority families want the schools to open more than anybody else. And the reason why I say that is because education for us, for our culture, is a stairway out of poverty. So every day that our children is not in school, that's just a day closer to poverty for them.
Lamar Freeman coaches a youth football team called the LA Rampage. He told Bill Melugin that every parent he spoke to wants his or her kids back in class. Now, these parents are not racists. They just want their kids educated.
Most of our kids, before the pandemic, we had an 80% honor roll rate. Now, since the distance learning and Zoom classes, that dropped to about maybe 20%. Like most of my A's and B kids are getting B's and C's.
So purely because the most privileged government workers in the United States won't have to work, an entire generation of children is being destroyed. That's equity. The strong hurting the weak and calling it justice. Everyone who thinks about this for just a moment knows that it's true, and that's why you never hear equity debated or even defined. They won't define the term because they can't defend its definition. Instead, they bully the population into silence.
So
Cecily
true.
Maillard Cruz and the teachers' unions are doing that right now. Jorge Ventura of the Daily Caller has obtained a recent email sent by someone who identifies himself as Albert Lowe, an employee at the Los Angeles Teachers Union. Now, there is an Albert Lowe who works at the union. We called him tonight, though we didn't pick up to confirm that he sent the email in question. This email was addressed to a mother who was publicly called a couple of times for reopening schools in Los Angeles. And the email from the union apparently demands to know what race she is. Quote,
I've
I'm
worked as
working on a research project on who speaks on union issues in the Los Angeles
more I
Times and
use
coding
masks
for
on
race
a
and class.
day-to-day basis. I just laugh.
You are quoted twice in the last 8 months in the paper.
Here's the thing. I'm just going to pause that for 2 seconds. Half of the people that don't want to wear a mask right now, before the pandemic, would have loved to wear a mask just to cover their identity. The only reason why people aren't wearing a mask has nothing to do with the virus at all. It has to do with the fact that they just don't want to be told what to do. Well, what if I told you that the fact that you're not wearing a mask just makes it 10 times easier for those cameras that when you go out, for them to track your location and to track what you're doing? And because right now, as we speak, they're implementing software that China already has and has had for a while, that literally ranks people based on where they go, what they do on a day-to-day basis. Let me see if I can pull that video up. And it basically lets them know how trustworthy you are. Let me see if I can find that video. I can't remember where that video was. Oh man, I hope I can find it. It literally says, where was that? I'll come back to this. I'll come back to this video. I bet Wayne smells like hand sanitizer. No, it's just hand moisturizer. Just moisturizer. Let me see if I can find it here. Okay, Ted Cruz. Okay. All right, right here. Yes.
And either you're an American or you call.
Listen.
Everything you do, what you buy, how you behave, is tracked.
Look at this.
So, picture your life in a place where everything you do, what you buy, how you behave, is tracked. The government gives you a score, and the score is a measure of how trustworthy you are as a citizen. It sounds like that show Black Mirror, but it's actually happening in China.
There's a company in China right now that is spreading out to all the governments. I know Canada's already doing it. Yeah, 40. I get what you're saying. You got to stand up and say no. But standing up and saying no with a neon sign on your back is not really smart. Running around with no mask on basically just tells people right away that you're going to be the defiant one. Cover your face not for the virus. Do it for your privacy. True. So listen to what's going on. You'll see.
When I worked in the CIA and when I worked in the NSA previously, as a technologist, as a systems administrator, I had broad access, much broader access than other people. And I could read many different things. So I already know a lot about what's going on relative to the average person. But when I reached the Office of Information Sharing, of which I was the only employee, I was the Office of Information Sharing, now I had basically the same access to go around and read whatever I wanted as the director of the NSA. And so what did I do? I wrote some scrapers. And I started to see everything that was out there. And everything got centralized in Hawaii. And this was so I could share it out and create a little system that showed people this goes here and this goes there. And this might be useful for you in your office and that office. But I got to see what was going on in every office. And there weren't a lot of people in NSA who got to see this. And when I did it, it started to really trouble me. Now, you guys know what happened when we go back to the history. This is, of course, the most famous slide for you guys because...
dates when Prim's collection banned from each provider. Case Microsoft. Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's not about phones, it's about the internet. This was where the largest internet service providers in the United States had secretly been going far beyond what the law required of them to cooperate with government and hand over in many cases without warrants the entire Google histories, Facebook histories, whatever's in your iCloud account, and so on and so forth, over to the government under a system of secret court orders. This was unfortunately just where it began. And it wasn't just the internet. There was a program that people saw that actually wasn't related to me. This was follow-up reporting that came, well, I think actually some years later in the United States about the phone company.
So, exactly. 706. How bad does it have to get before you realize you don't have a choice? That's a good question. So here's the other one right here. I wanted to fast forward it here so you can see.
To find a fully remote bug easily, where will they move next, right? Encryption is not the answer to every problem, but encryption is the standard basis for every conversation we need to have. And this is the thing, if we have companies, NSO is valued privately at $1 billion or more right now because they were just sold.
Thanks, Deb, I appreciate it.
These guys are selling malware toolkits to governments for millions and millions of dollars. I think the Mexican government bought it for $18 million. I think the Saudis bought it for more than $50 million, 50, not 15. Again, fact check me on these because it's all public now. These records are out there. But who were they using it against? They were using it against the head of their opposition domestically. They were using it against journalists that were reporting on the corruption of the president. And so this is what we start to see. We start to see corporations going, well, why don't, instead of making security safer, why don't we make it weaker? And of course, the NSA has always been doing this. They've been discovering vulnerabilities, they've been exploiting vulnerabilities, and then they've not been reporting them. Well, the problem is those things leak too. They can't even keep their weapons safe.
That's right. Miranda Fox, thank you for verification. So awesome. Congratulations. Awesome. Okay. I don't know what that is. Let's see. There's right here.
Radio identifiers, right? Again, those globally unique or universally unique identifiers that are baked into hardware.
So this is what I wanted to show you guys. Okay. So people that are like wear masks. There's a reason why I don't. They track your cell phone. Why wear a mask? Because they can track the cell phone. You're absolutely right. But they validate that your location through identification means. So they could say, yes, your cell phone is here, and it correlates with the surveillance information we have here. And now the police are being outfitted. I don't know about in the States, but I know here, you guys probably do have it already. But the police can go through with their phones and scan a crowd. And it will literally pick up a face, and it'll run the face, and within seconds, like just boom, like that, and it lets them know if you have a warrant or anything like that. So it scans all these, ding, warrant, go. And at the same time, it's logging everybody's location. So I understand what you're saying. If they track your location through your phone and stuff like that, I totally agree with you. But just make it as difficult as possible for them. Look, I'll show you right here.
The reason they do that in this kind of way is to form a census of which phones are in the area on the basis of their radio identifiers, right? Again, those globally unique or universally unique identifiers that are baked into hardware. And so I want you guys to constantly be thinking about where can we strip these identities out? Because now it's not on planes, right? Now it's on the cell phone tower next to you. Now it's in the gas station. Now it's at the mall, right? At the gates and every store. And this is something that's going to continue to get worse. And like, where is this going? We see in China, where they really don't care about the public narratives because they can use their information control to maintain public support despite the abuses. This is not going to be theory. This is not going to be fearful conversations from paranoiacs like myself and hopefully yourself.
So true.
this is going to be everyone. This is going to be your neighbors. This is going to be your family. This is going to be people who don't understand politics, who don't.
And that's one of the big things right there. Same here, Flip. So this here is Forever Inspired. I'm going to give them thumbs up. I'm going to grab the copy the link here. I'm going to throw that into the chat here, so you guys can check out the full video in detail, if you wish. Here you go. Boom. All right. There. I hear somebody coming down the stairs. I don't know which one. What goes to the top? Thank you. Dad, when are you done your live stream? Should be in bed right now. Is where she should be. Time to set off some EMP. Yeah, like we just have those in our back pocket. So tomorrow's gonna be the big day. We're gonna see what happens and what doesn't happen. I think it's gonna be. What do you think? Any of you think that anything's gonna happen tomorrow? I'm gonna say no. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I'm going to say nothing happens tomorrow. But what do I know? What do I know? Everything. Where was that? Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go.
Must end. It is now time to open Texas 100%.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott saying his state will open soon, fully, and he is causing controversy, of course, by ending his state's mask mandate. President Biden scolding Texas and Mississippi for lifting mask restrictions. Watch this.
I think it's a big mistake. The last thing we need is Neanderthal thinking that in the meantime everything's fine, take off your mask, forget it. It still matters.
And many in the
Neanderthal. Oh, shit's gonna get heated up.
media are not happy with Governor Abbott either.
Governor Abbott has lost his mind.
This is obviously a political ploy on the part of the governor. The only reason I could see is because of what happened in Texas, that someone dropped the ball, and they're trying to change the conversation. That's it, a distraction.
This is part of this prevailing, macho sentimentality that strong and wrong is the way to go.
The Texas governor said, COVID be dead. Everybody go ahead and open up. And you get some COVID, and you get some COVID, and you get some COVID, and you get some COVID.
Wow, this segment could actually have been the whole show. Jesse, let me start with you. So one thing that's getting lost is that
hello, Kenny, how you doing?
Was tying his decisions, and maybe he didn't explain it well, to his goals for getting seniors vaccinated and vulnerable populations to a safe place before making this order.
Well, some state had to go first. It might as well be Texas. The same people complaining about this were the same people complaining about Georgia when they came out of the gate first, and none of their predictions came true. They thought everyone down in Georgia was going to drop like flies. It didn't happen. He's following the advice of his medical team in Texas. I trust him. That's what governors do. They're going to take the lead on this, and then other governors can see how this played out. I hate to say, Dana, I was in charts all day at the New York Times website. Johnny's eyes were falling out of his skull. Every single state had the same exact trend. No matter mask mandate or not, surge in the spring, summer, then down in the fall, and then super surge in the winter, and then it just falls off a cliff precipitously. No matter what you do. These are some boring numbers. Last month, Texas had 30,000 cases a day. Today, they have 5,000 cases. Deaths are cut in half. Hospitalizations, 15,000 to 5,000. Texas is doing fantastic. I saw Newsom wagging his little finger at Abbott, where does he come off? Texas is leading California in pretty much every single metric, and their economy's doing better.
So here's going to be the end of the debate. If Texas opens up in a week and they go back to being just normal, just the way they go, and if everything stays good and it doesn't get bad, that's going to set a precedence for the rest of the world. But here's what I'm thinking. There's going to be an outbreak. There's going to be a spike. And that's just my prediction. I don't know if it's not, it's just my thoughts. Nothing more. I think it'll be one way or another. They'll make it. That's just my feeling, though.
The major clusters in Texas
Dev,
are the
good
nursing
night.
homes and the prisons. I'm sure people will still be wearing masks there. If you go to a restaurant, Dana, you put your mask on, you fake it until you walk to the table, and then you rip it off and you guzzle wine and have some, I don't know, steak and potatoes. And then you put the mask on when you walk to the bathroom, and then you leave. It's a joke. I've done this, you've done this, everybody's done this. I've never seen people complain that the government is not forcing them to do something. Texans can still wear masks if they want to.
Yeah. In fact, we interviewed someone today on the America's Newsroom. And she owns a restaurant, Enchiladas Olay, which sounds.
Here, I guarantee you, mark my words, everybody right now, hear me on all the platforms. Mark my words. When this pandemic gets under control and they start saying, okay, you can't wear your mask anymore, people are going to switch and say, I want to wear a mask. It should be my right to wear a mask. I'm going to be like, no, you don't have to wear a mask. You keep your mask off. You don't have to wear a mask. Don't worry about it. The virus is down. There's no threat, no that. People are going to be like, well, I want to wear a mask. I want to wear a mask because they're going to want to cover their face for their identity reasons. So the same people that are saying, I don't want to, are going to end up fighting for the fact that now they're going to be like, okay, no, we want to. And they're going to be like, it's finally going to kick in that, wait a minute, they're tracking us. They're doing this. They're doing that. I guarantee you it's going to happen. You watch.
Sounds amazing. She said that they're going to still wear masks, Greg, because she thinks that that's the right thing to do for her restaurant. She's going to be socially distant. The word Neanderthal.
Yeah. Yeah, with all the stuff that's going on right now, with all the crime going through the roof, everything else, they're going to make it illegal to wear a mask, just like they had before, because it covers your identity. How many times would somebody have got off if someone did something with a face mask on, and they did it? The witnesses and stuff like that would be like, well, what he was wearing? Oh, purple mask. Oh, he was covered up. Yeah, can you identify him? Nah, he was wearing a mask. It would be ridiculous. Watch. It's gonna be exactly that way. You watch. Mark my words.
That's some fighting words, Greg, because that gets to people in Texas to think, don't mess with us.
Oh, what a surprise, though. It's always about people with Democrats. You're deplorable, you're unsalvageable, you're a Neanderthal, you're probably a white supremacist guilty of white privilege. They only smear populations, whereas if you listen to Jesse just now, he brings up Newsom. We don't bring up Californians. We talk about Cuomo. We don't talk about New Yorkers. We talk about privilege. They only smear populations where white privilege. They only smear populations.
Did you see this guy's face right here? I can't remember his name. Watch when he says white privilege. Watch his face. Watch his eyes. Watch this.
Of white privilege. They only smear populations, whereas if you listen to...
Did you see that? He's like, when you make a really high-pitched squeal noise or something, and people are like, what did you just say? Yeah, look at it.
They only smear populations, whereas if you listen to Jesse just now, he brings up Newsom. We don't bring up Californians. We talk about Cuomo. We don't talk about New Yorkers. We talk about Joe. We don't talk about the United States. We talk about the mayor of Portland. We focus on the actual individuals. We don't go after Biden voters, right? Or Californians.
Annie, nice.
But here's the issue with people like Joe Biden and those clones. You can't win against the wait till it's 100% safe argument, because it will never be 100% safe. That's the prison of two ideas. That's why Joe said, hey, maybe everything will be okay by next year this time. We saw this coming. We knew this because leaders and the media both have no skin in this game. They have jobs, they have exemptions, they have kids in private schools and tutors. They could go on forever and they'll be just great. But I want to talk about Texas just quickly. If Texas were a person, it's the person who leaves the lost group of hikers to go and seek help. It's the person who assumes the risk first on behalf of others. The state actually stepped up. You need Texas in a world of leaders who have no problem shutting down things indefinitely.
Copperhead, God bless
And
America.
media,
God bless
the
all of
media
you.
is that
Have a good
person
night.
in
Love
every
you guys.
disaster movie
Good night,
that
Copperhead.
needs to be slapped by the hero. Stop panicking! Like Gene Hackman in the Poseidon Adventure is Texas, and the media or the people going, I don't know what to do, and you have to be mad.
Pull yourself together.
Yes.
Hey, Juan, there are 14 other states, I believe, that didn't have a mask mandate either. Do you think that they're going to get the Neanderthal label?
I don't like the label like you don't, but I must say, I think in those other states, they have not done away. They haven't said we're open, in that way. So what to me, look, I think this is a sign of progress that, Texas thinks, oh yeah, we can do this now. It may be premature. I think it's, to my mind, it's a sign of impatience on the governor's part. But I think it's a sign of progress in the sense that you see declining rates of infection in the country right now, in Texas. New COVID cases, right now they're down. I think it's 70% since Inauguration Day, since Biden took office, if you want to.
Since Biden took office, it's got to be Biden. Biden did it. Deb, thank you very much for that, for Q1. Oh, thank you. For the donation for your Thank you. I appreciate that.
I put it that way, but that's true for us all. So I think a lot of people are like optimistic. They're saying, hey, the spring is coming, the sun is out, the numbers are going down, and so we can do it. But I think, look, a lot of this is left over from Trump. He mishandled the pandemic. His own pollster said he thinks that's why he lost the election. And now you have people saying, hey, look, things like, Biden took the bull by the horns. Maybe we can just do what we want to do. But I think that's a mistake.
Katie, I hope that reopening states so that economies can get back going and business.
Did you see her face when he said Trump mishandled the election or the pandemic?
Can open. It's not going to become the political like everything else.
Yeah. Well, the media is already making it political.
Thanks, Deb,
they
for
know
that.
Better. Unless they're going to start covering the fact that the Biden administration is allowing COVID-infected migrants, illegal immigrants, to get on buses to spread this disease to other people, they have no business talking about any of this. And also, why is Joe Biden still wearing a mask? He's been vaccinated. Like, this virtue signaling that continues on is just really getting tiresome, and states aren't opening only because cases are going down. They're opening because the people are demanding that their government be representative of them and stop infringing on their ability to make money and to make a living. So it's a combination of all those things.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott saying his state will open soon.
Why is this not working? There we go. She got a good point. Why is he still wearing a mask if he's been vaccinated? That's a good point. That's a good point. Good point. Why is it still just to show how well the vaccines work? I don't know. Like, there's got to be a reason why. I never even caught on to that. I'm usually pretty good at catching on to that kind of stuff. But it's right. Why does he wear? I don't know. That's a very good question. Closely discussed for People Act of 20. Okay, yeah. All right. Where is that? Right here. Fauci told them to, probably. Has Fauci gave anything anyways? Any speeches or anything? Wayne, You can still get and transmit it if you're vaccinated. Well, great. That's great. Oh, here we go. Yes, this was the one I was looking
Warning. Censorship. Warning. Censorship. Warning. Censorship.
Wait till you guys watch this one. Wait till you watch this one. This was the one I was looking for.
Let me tell you about an interesting story. It started on Twitter with some mums and grandmas. They had received some propaganda from various government public health agencies in Ontario that I think a lot of people see and tune out. Maybe that's just me. It's endless government public service messages. I think they're engineered to be boring. And after a while, it's all just the same droning background noise, like an old air conditioner or flying on a plane or a detuned radio. It's just a hum. But these moms and grandmas read it. I suppose that's what moms and grandmas do. And they started to tweet about it to their few dozen followers. The story had been ignored by big shots in the media, CBC, CTV, the Globe and Mail. Those guys are 100% in favor of lockdowns, the harsher the better, for the little people, not for themselves. These days the media is in favor of most things that Trudeau wants because they pretty much all work for him in one way or another. But this, or
Andrew.
versions of this, is what the mums were tweeting about.
So what to do if your child is dismissed from school or childcare? If your child does not have any symptoms, the child must self-isolate. Does not have any symptoms? The child must self-isolate, which means stay in a separate bedroom, eat in a separate room apart from others, use a separate bathroom if possible. If the child must leave their room, they should wear a mask and stay 2 meters apart from others. It is strongly recommended to test the COVID-19 on or after the date listed in your letter. And it says, okay, any other children who live at the same address should stay from school or child care until the child who is close contact returns to school or child care. Do not need to self-isolate in another room. Should not go out to play with friends or see family. Well, they don't do that now. Adults living at the same address can go to work can go to work unless the child develops symptoms or tests positive. Should check for COVID-19 symptoms for everyone in the household every day, and healthcare workers should check check with their employers about their organization policies. Wow, this is crazy. You're gonna just put a kid on a big timeout, even though it doesn't have anything?
What to do if your child is dismissed from school but doesn't have any symptoms? So nothing. Maybe someone else in the class was sick, but your child has no symptoms. Your child is not sick, but your child is being sent home from school healthy. So what should you do? Normal parents or a normal doctor would probably say, oh, just keep an eye on things, but don't be weird about it. The Peel region, which is a large area outside of Toronto, says, and I quote, the child must self-isolate, which means stay in a separate bedroom, eat in a separate room apart from others, use a separate bathroom if possible. If the child must leave their room, and why would they? I mean, they're a child. Stay there for 2 weeks in your room. They should wear a mask and stay 2 meters apart from others.
That's ridiculous.
Hang on, do you have to do both? A mask and 2 meters apart? It is strongly recommended to test for COVID-19 on or after the date listed in your letter. I'm serious. They recommend 2 weeks of solitary.
Matthew, what's the source? What's the source? Matthew, what's the source for what? Okay, you are all such easy targets. You all believe anything you see / read, don't you? Matthew, okay, all right. What's the source, Wayne? Where? First of all, Matthew, where are you from, Matthew? Yeah, let's have a nice little talk here, Matthew. I love this. I love. If only those glasses made you smarter, Wayne. You seem like a nice guy. Still peddling the BS. I see. Well, Matthew, I see you. I don't remember you, but I see that you're still a smart ass yourself and peddling bullshit yourself. So, with that being said, where do you live, Matthew? See if your fingers can type as fast as your mouth can go. Oh, well, we got an LOL. Okay. So, Matthew. There we go. All right, let's continue.
Confinement in the child's own home. Wear a mask in their own home. Don't get within 6 feet of anyone in your own home, even if you're wearing a mask. Don't see other family members in your own home, even if no one here has any symptoms at all, including the child. Oh, and that's not all. Look at the next column in this flyer. For other kids in the same address, any other children who live in the same address should stay home from school until the child who is a close contact returns to school. Oh, so the whole family is knocked out of commission. And the last point, should not go out to play with friends or see family who don't live with you. So not only does a child who has no symptoms have to stay at home in quarantine, but all the other kids in the same home who don't have any symptoms and don't even know someone who had symptoms, they have to stay home too, and they can't visit anyone else either. And remember, this is all for a kid sent home with no symptoms. This is madness. Now, as you can see, this is a fancy poster that was obviously planned and laid out and reviewed and edited. It's not just some slapdash comment. It's not just some email written by somebody. These are the official rules published by the official people. And folks follow these rules because people are scared. They're scared of the virus, I think, but I think by now we all know that kids really don't get this virus. And if they get it, they recover, if they even know they had it. And I think people are really scared of the government more than anything. The government is fining people thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. So I think some people are doing terrible things to their own children out of fear, like turning them into prison.
Steve, who's Matthew? I don't know who Matthew is.
In solitary confinement. Well, one of the few lockdown skeptics in the mainstream media is Anthony Fury of the Toronto Sun. He wrote about these tweets and this cruel policy. I'll read a bit from his great article in the Toronto Sun, and I salute Anthony for this. Experts call Peel guidelines to place children in solitary quarantine cruel punishment. Drastic measure not supported by science and could have long-lasting psychological effects. Peel Health has issued guidelines to parents instructing them to keep any children who have been sent home because a classmate has tested positive for COVID-19 isolated in a separate room from all other family members for 14 days. You read it. The severe guidelines which apply even to small children who are dismissed from childcare. I didn't even read that part. I read it as if it was school. It included childcare. We're talking children of tender years. They're being criticized by experts as harmful and not supported by science. Quote, this is cruel punishment for a child, especially for younger children 4 to 10 years old. Dr. Susan Richardson, a microbiologist and infectious disease physician, who is also professor emerita at University of Toronto, wrote in an email to the Sun. Shutting a child off from their parents and siblings for up to 14 days in this manner could produce significant and long-lasting emotional and psychological effects. Can you imagine having a 4-year-old locked in their room for 2 weeks with no contact?
No, it never happened.
Freaking mad.
That would never happen in my house. My kids would never go to the room for like 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're already, can I come out? Like, how do you put a kid on? Man, we already ruined our kids by teaching them that there's no second or third place in sports and stuff like that. Now we're going to turn around and have them at a young age put in the room for 2 weeks for something that they just don't understand, and we got to justify it. Like, it's hard enough to just keep them at home. It's absolutely ridiculous that this shit is going on like this. Winnie the Pooh, has anyone ever told you that you look like... Yeah. Alright. RL762, sweet, nice, but I prefer to smell like... Okay, there we go. Shame on you, you. Shame on you, you. Well, whatever. It is what it is. Make sure, guys, that you hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already hit the thumbs up button. Also, thank you guys, each and every one of you guys, for being here tonight and helping out and spending your time here with us. It's absolutely awesome. If you're new to the channel, jump into the chat, say hi to the people. I'm telling you, we have the best chat, hands down, no questions asked. I'm not even kidding. Jump into the chat, say hi to them. I'm telling you, on all platforms. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. Let them know how you are. Let them know that you're safe. Most importantly, I'm telling you, you don't even have to take my word for it. Just jump into the chat. I'm telling you, you're gonna absolutely love it. They're great people. It's a great family that we got going on here. It's absolutely the best. The best. Isolating kids for 2 weeks would be like Russia sleep. Yeah, exactly. Sleep experiment. Please say hi. Yes, say hi to everybody. Jump in. Hit that thumbs up button, though. Most importantly, I'm telling you, it helps out. It's free. It's free to hit the thumbs up button. Do it. What else we got here? Calling from the COVID jail. Okay, so yeah, we already got that. Sexual assault. Please state. Yes, this is rallying in support of pastor. Yes, we already know that. Extreme parent childhood. How long is this one? Hold on, let me see this.
People saying that they can get their free movies and TV shows and sports networks and all that kind of stuff free. They're going to be getting it up this.
Do you have these Android boxes?
We do.
We do sell Android TV boxes here at Learn Drugs.
Do you want to pay for it? Do you want to try to get it for free?
You get free content. The Kodi app is where you get all your freebies from.
Does this have something called Kodi built into it?
Kodi is kind of how you get the free live TV.
Kodi gets you access to free stuff. The people who are hosting those streams are robbing the bank. You're just watching them rob the bank.
Not always legal.
Essentially, you're finding methods in ways of stealing the content.
It's not illegal, it's just not perfectly legal.
You can't get arrested for it.
On Monday, I spent 8 hours tuning into a court hearing. It's in a court case involving Alarco, which is a company you might better know as Super Channel. Now, Super Channel is currently involved in a long court case with retailers of a little something commonly known as an Android box. And the retailers selling the Android box, in this instance, the ones involved in the court hearing with Alarco, well, that's London Drugs, Staples, Canada Computers, and Best Buy. Now, these Android boxes are problematic. They're piracy devices, available for just a few $100s, and they allow for streaming of free TV and free movie content. Edmonton-based Alarco is taking these 4 retailers to court for various copyright violations. And since Alarco is based in Alberta, the court case is being heard here in Alberta, where I'm at. Alarco pays content producers and movie producers for the right to broadcast their product. And then people like you and me then pay Super Channel so that we can see the content that Super Channel has paid for. But along comes these little too good to be true streaming boxes in the middle of it all. And I say too good to be true because there's a real hitch here for the regular consumer outside of the financial losses that Alarco is experiencing because of the piracy. This is what Chinese infiltration really looks like on a day-to-day basis. It isn't always the mandarins in Beijing putting pressure on the NBA to prevent pro-Hong Kong messaging to be printed.
I get so many copyrights from like NBA stuff that I have to constantly like fight, and it's like a Chinese channel. I always get it, and they don't copyright me to like say take the content down. They hit it so that we share the revenue. But then whenever I report it and then I appeal it, it always goes through and I win. So clearly there's like, I don't know how they're using the NBA and all this other shit, but it's fucked up how they do it.
On the back
label
of the NBA jerseys. And it's not necessarily the always in your face Justin Trudeau and the Liberals refusing to declare what China is doing to the Uyghur ethnic and religious minority to be a genocide happening in China. And it's not Chinese spy agency masquerading as a telecom company, Huawei, buying sponsored ads to talk about just how great they are in the National Post, a newspaper which takes a lot of money from Justin Trudeau every single week. It's often a lot more sinister and sneaky sometimes. Actually, it's more sinister and sneaky as a rule. And this is how China spies on you and gains access to everything that your Gmail account controls through these made-in-China Android boxes. China's offering you something for free, but it's never really for free, is it? Because these piracy devices are like a Chinese listening device in your home. You get free movies and sports. You just have to let China into your house and then give them access to everything about you.
Wow.
Through malware. These things are infested with malware. And trusted Canadian retailers are selling them to unsuspecting Canadians. Big box stores are selling devices full of dangerous malware that robs Canadian broadcasters like Super Channel of exclusive content that they've already paid for, while simultaneously infecting your life with Chinese spy malware.
Jeez.
Now, like I said, I sat in on 8 hours of arguments in the hearing on Monday by WebEx. The hearing is at the law courts in Edmonton in the Court of Queen's Bench. I'm going to swap out with my colleague Cian Bexty, who is on COVID quarantine for the next 2 weeks. He's going to cover the case in the coming days. He's perfectly healthy, but, you know, those are Justin Trudeau's COVID rules. Cian just came back from Florida. So he's going to take over reporting on the case for the coming 3 days. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid.
Well, at least we know who was using the drone down in Florida for all the drone shots that Rebel News was doing. You don't have to use those streaming devices for illegal stuff. There are plenty of legitimate streaming services out there. Absolutely. I hear ya. Alright, we didn't get notification when you came on. Phil Berry. Yeah, YouTube's not sending out notifications, guys. Yes, every single night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be live. So Eastern Time, I'll be live every night, 9 p.m. Yeah, YouTube's just not sending out notifications. I don't know why. I asked them to, and they're like, "Oh, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Don't know why. It should be working, but they're not." So it is what it is. It's the content that we're covering and the stuff that we're talking about that, you know, makes the governments and they don't want to push this stuff out. Now, if I had, you know, a kitty doing backflips or something like that, then it would be a different story. But let's talk about the wall and the hole. Check this out. This is absolutely...
No matter how the Biden administration tries to spin it, there's a very real and growing crisis on our southern border, lured by Biden's amnesty promise, a pathway to citizenship, and the loosening of border restrictions. There is now a surge of new illegal immigrants pouring across the border. Many of them are decked out actually in full Biden campaign gear. I never saw...
Look at this. Look at that. Wow.
On the campaign trail, but you're seeing it here. Some are wearing T-shirts and carrying signs that are saying,
"Who paid for these shirts?
Biden, please let us in." Many of the migrants are unaccompanied minors.
Who made all those T-shirts and handed them out? That's my question right there. Who made those T-shirts and handed them out?
Just last week, over 2,000 of these kids, they were intercepted by Border Patrol, and according to the DHS, a record, get this, 117,000 unaccompanied children are expected at the border this year.
117,000 unaccompanied children are going to be in those facilities. Talk about having an endless supply of, man, you know, there's talking, I don't know if Lori's still here or not, but remember, Lori, we were saying protect the kids. Unbelievable. Miranda Fox on Twitch says, I heard today that the United Nations is assisting the migrants up to our southern border. Wow. Wow. That's crazy.
117,000, and of course the Biden administration is totally, completely unprepared. Now, they have already reopened a facility for minors where children are now housed in a few tents, those cargo shipping containers with bars on the windows, but we are told there are pictures of butterflies on the walls. You want to live in a cargo container? The media is completely banned from looking at these cargo shipping containers inside them. Now, remember a few years ago when Donald Trump was president, the mob, the media, even Joe Biden went ballistic over scenes like this and these and accused Trump of putting children in cages. Those cages were built by Biden and Obama. The video was from the Biden-Obama era, but now in the middle of winter, the Biden administration is putting these kids in plastic tents with foil blankets. No one in the media mob seems to care at all. Now, Sarah Carter is at the border tonight. She'll join us in a moment, obtain these images from one of the emergency shelters on the border.
Sharon Connor's at the border? I wonder if she's looking for John Connor. Anyways.
And in the middle of a pandemic, there appears to be no room for social distancing and little more than a talk for shelter. On the campaign trail, remember, Biden was vowing to treat migrant families and children with compassion and sensitivity. Well, is this the kind of compassion and sensitivity that Joe's talking about, or was it all BS, like the unity promise? What do you say, for example, Jen Psaki will never have a chance to ask Biden himself. Maybe he'll circle back and answer these questions about Joe putting kids in tents with foil blankets and shipping containers with bars on the window. And meanwhile, there are so many adult crossings illegally that the Biden administration has now reinstated the Obama-era policy.
That's a good thing right there in that PC. The Trump administration had child detention facilities, but the Biden administration has child protection facilities. Makes sense. Makes sense.
In other words, illegal immigrants that are detained by Border Patrol, they are merely released into a U.S. city if they just promise to show up for the scheduled court date. 95% never show up. And we know that as a fact. And get this, according to a brand new report tonight, over 100 of these illegal immigrants who were released in Texas, they've since tested positive for COVID-19. In the middle of a pandemic, you'd think the Biden administration might try extra hard to secure the border, prevent the spread of COVID-19, but instead, the exact opposite is true. By the way, you better wear your mask and you better hide in your basement. But illegal immigrants, no mask mandates for them. According to Joe Biden, only a Neanderthal would lift COVID restrictions on Americans. Well, Joe, you're inviting people in, and they're not social distancing, and they're not wearing masks, and many of them we now know have COVID. Take a look.
I think it's a big mistake. Look, I hope everybody's realized by now, these masks make a difference. We are on the cusp of being able to fundamentally change the nature of this disease because of the way in which we're able to get vaccines in people's arms. We've been able to move that all the way up to the end of May to have enough for every American, every adult American to get a shot. And the last thing we need is the Neanderthal thinking that in the meantime everything's fine, take off your mask.
I'm surprised that Biden likes wearing a mask, considering it's hard to sniff through those things. Biden needs more baby sniffing for his... Yeah. Oh, there you go, Biden. Sniff that.
Forget it.
All right, let's all get this straight. According to Biden, illegal immigrants, they can pour across our southern border, no masks, no social distancing, no COVID tests, nothing. But American businesses, you have to be shut down indefinitely. That makes zero sense. And tonight, if Biden really wants to protect the lives of we, the American people, of you and your family, and migrants, by the way, shouldn't he be doing everything in his power to deter illegal immigration? Oh, let's see, maybe do background checks on people that enter our country, maybe do some health checks, maybe make sure people are able and capable of providing for themselves.
So let me get this straight. You guys are just letting people walk in. We're letting people just fly in. And we have quarantine facilities up here. But you guys literally are... Yeah, that's great.
So they don't take jobs away from the 17 million Americans out of work because of the pandemic, or now the energy sector workers that all lost their jobs because of, stroke of a pen by Joe Biden. Now, this isn't just about spreading COVID-19, but also the real dangers of human trafficking. Look at this SUV. Can you imagine an SUV carrying 25 people, 25 illegally crossed people into the U.S. from the Mexican border through a hole in the border wall? You know, the one Lindsey Graham reported on this show. That vehicle then crashed into a truck and killed 13 of the passengers. Now, keep in mind, one of Joe Biden's first actions as president was to halt all border wall construction. Sadly, Biden's virtue signaling has very real consequences, this resulting in death. And I do fear that the situation at the border is only going to get worse. Here now.
Oh, it's going to get worse. It's going to get crazy. It's not going to just get worse. It's going to get out of hand. There's no way they're going to be able to get a handle on this. Not now.
First, no matter how the Biden administration...
It's going to get bad. It's going to get mad. All right, let's see what we can find here. So, crammed in 25 people in an SUV. Oof. That's quite the chore. All right, it's not letting me see. Yeah, I can't see. Anyways, thanks guys. Each and every one of you that are here right now. 130 people in the chat right now. We got 148 thumbs up. 2 more thumbs up. We can get 150. Not bad for a night's work. Get 150 thumbs up. That'd be awesome. Guys, I don't know, man. I don't know what to make. I don't know why the government is not talking about half the shit that's going on. Yeah. Oh, here it is.
It's a full-blown disaster at our southern border, courtesy of Joe Biden. We're learning today that over 100 illegal immigrants infected with COVID...
This is the one where he talks in it.
...were released by Border Patrol, and they're free to travel across the country. Keep in mind, if an American citizen gets COVID, they have to quarantine. And if you're flying into America from a foreign country, you have to show a negative COVID test. But those same rules don't apply. And there's even more. A new report says the Department of Homeland Security is projecting there will be 117,000 unaccompanied child migrants crossing the border this year. That breaks all records. Nearly a 50% increase from the all-time record, and much higher than
Whoever
last
just
year.
Hit those thumbs up. Thank you very much, guys.
Warning there's not enough resources to handle that surge. Everybody can clearly see this as a crisis, well, unless you work at the White House.
At what point does it become a crisis?
Well, I would say I don't think we need to meet your bar of what we need to call it. We are approaching this humanely, and we are approaching this in a way where we will keep the children safe.
Did you receive a briefing about the border today?
Yes, I did.
What did you learn?
A lot.
Is there a crisis at the border, sir?
A lot.
Is there a crisis?
Is there a crisis on the border? Or what did you learn after reading that report? A lot. That's his answer. A lot. Really? That's it? That's your answer? Is there a crisis on the border, sir? Biden. No, we'll be able to handle it. God willing. God willing. Really? That's your answer? Really? That's Joe Biden's answer to the whole thing? What did you learn at the after getting the reports today? A lot. That's it. A lot. Is there a crisis coming? Nah, we'll be able to handle it. God willing. Really? That's your assurance to your people? Like, what the fuck, man? Oh, man. Wow, wow, wow.
All right, good.
That's crazy.
Phil, I think they want this to happen. They invited this surge, and then it's easier to smuggle a child across the border. They bring back chain migration. You grant amnesty or asylum to a child, and that whole family gets to come up and become American citizens now. And that's what they want. They vote Democrat, and there you go.
Did he say God willing, like after that, like everything's going to work? I mean, it doesn't inspire confidence when that's the last
that's
thing
my
he said.
point
I think
right
that's
there.
What he said, right? God willing, you know? That's like your doctor when he's leaving. Yeah, is everything okay? God willing. You know, it's like, thanks, pal. 117,000 child migrants unaccompanied by adults. So I asked this last week. What happened to their loving parents since November when Trump was accused of ripping children from their parents? Now it's like I'm beginning to think we were lied to about that there weren't parents, that it was always like this. You know, my wife was gone for a couple of months. She came home and found out all the plants were dead. And in science, we call this cause and effect because I didn't water the plants and they all died. And so what you're seeing on the border is the fastest, clearest refutation of disastrous liberal policy. It's because it's cause and effect. You remove friction, a barrier, combined with a message that tells everybody it's okay to come, you get 117,000 unaccompanied child migrants. So if you want to follow the science, that's science. It's cause and effect. You eat every day at Cinnabon, you're going to get fat. Why is this a disaster for the Democrats? Because it destroys any trust people have in your abilities to solve any problems. Your feel-good objectives result in impossible logistical challenge. You can't take care of 117,000 unaccompanied child migrants. The Democrats have these adolescent childlike goals, but they have no process because they have no parents in the party to solve the problem.
That's crazy.
Juan, if Biden really doesn't want this migrant surge, why isn't he doing everything he can to keep the migrants in Mexico?
Just finish the fucking wall. Just finish the wall. There's how many, does anybody know how much of a space is not filled in on that wall? I'd like to know exactly, well, roughly, what the space is that's open.
Or in Central America.
I think he is, Jesse. I think that this is a spike.
Well, then why did he get rid of all the policies that did that?
I believe most of those policies are still in effect, and I think that they, you know, when you look at the policies the United States has had, and I go across various administrations.
These two are always fighting, eh?
Spikes, they come, they go, springtime, all the rest, and we just don't have a consistent strategy to deal with high tide, low tide, and especially with unaccompanied minors, given our amnesty position. But you know, the way we started talking about 100 plus kids who have coronavirus, you know, we have 70,000 Americans with coronavirus, right? So I mean, why are we trying to pick on those kids? Let's look, I think, more constructively, and I hope all of us can agree. Let's look at what goes on that U.S.-Mexico border, because
picking on the kids? Really? You give an opportunity for people to throw things through a hole, kids being one of those things, And then you're going to be like, wow, we can't pick on them because that's what's coming through. It's this, I don't know.
The U.S. is Mexico's largest trading partner. Mexico is our largest trading partner. People cross that border for commerce. They cross for jobs, tourism, and for immigration. It's the busiest border in the world. So they're our neighbors, they're our business partners, and it's long overdue. I think you go back to the 80s, the last time that we had some significant immigration reform and set rules for what goes on the busiest border in the world, including handling child migrants, as opposed to simply saying, oh, we're going to separate them from their parents, or going to beat them up or something.
Hundreds of miles, really? Wow.
I mean, this is all unbelievable. So I think for us on this show, if we're influencers, if we're voices, I think all of us across political lines need to say to the Congress, stop the finger pointing, stop the blaming, get busy, let's do something significant for America and have immigration reform that does something about who crosses, when they cross, the dreamers, the influx. Let's do it.
Yeah, we already had that one. It was called the Wall and Remain in Mexico policy. And no catch and release. All right, Dana, tell me about the communication.
Fuck, I love that. I love that response. That was the best response right there.
That was called the Wall and Remain in Mexico policy, and no catch and release. All right, Dana, tell me about the communications deal. It looks like some of these Biden flacks are suffering. They're having a hard time fielding questions, even from the mainstream media.
That was
about this
awesome.
Issue. What's going on there?
It reminds me of, do you remember during the Obama years, the right and Fox News, others would give the Obama administration a really hard time because they would never say radical Islamic terrorists. They would just refuse to say it. It was like, why won't you say it? Why won't you say it? And then they just dug in. It was like, the more you ask them why don't they say it, they're not going to say it. So I think that now we're in this situation. It doesn't matter. You could get 500,000 migrant children. They're not going to say it's a crisis because what you saw what Jen Psaki said. So we don't have to meet your bar for that. Okay, but that's fine. But people have their own eyes and ears. And to Juan's point, like I think about the parents that tell their teenage kids, okay, this is where we drop you off. You're on your own. Godspeed. I mean, that.
Could you imagine?
They're heartless. It's like they're heartbroken. And the other thing that we haven't talked about is the fact that you cannot get all the things that one wants without border security. It's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You have to have security, and then everything else can get you to enlightenment. But in the meantime, that base layer is security, and part of that is also going to have to be really dealing with the cartels and the coyotes. You saw what happened yesterday when all of those people were 25 people, 27 people crammed into one SUV to try to get them into America illegally. And they get hit by a semi truck. Several of them die. Others are like wandering around the desert. There's children there. They don't have any restraints. Like, that is not caring for the human condition at all. But before we can do that's what, and that is why you have to have border security that will let you do all of the other things like a temporary worker program, visas, dreamers, things like that. But until you get that base layer, you are not going to be able to get those things done in Congress.
Yeah, President Trump, Katie, did that. He threatened the Mexican president to designate the drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations if he didn't start cleaning up the surge from the south. And then the Mexicans put the army down.
Wait a minute. They're not labeled as that already? But yet the Proud Boys are labeled as domestic terrorists? Did I hear that right? Is that...
along their Central American border, and a lot of those caravans stopped. Biden comes in, Mexican army leaves, and now we have this.
Well, and you have the new DHS secretary saying, basically, come right in, but maybe wait for a little while. But the big scandal in the news of the day is the issue of the administration releasing 100 COVID positive cases of people
Wow.
who come over the border who knowingly got on buses to go to different parts of the country. You had one woman in that FoxNews.com piece who said, well, I tested positive, I don't feel anything, so I'm going to get on a bus with my kid and go to North Carolina. Where's Dr. Fauci to talk about the super spreader event of 100 positive people knowingly and voluntarily moving on to different parts of the country? Remember all these CDC graphics that they produced, the one of the choir? So there were 67 people and one person in the choir who had COVID, and they spread it to 87% of the people in that room. So if you add up the number of people, the 100 cases we know of, that's thousands of people who are going to get this disease as a result of the federal government not doing a better job of making sure these people are quarantined. And the standards here are insane. Every state has different standards. In New York, you have to quarantine for 14 days or whatever. Maybe it's changed since then. Just for getting on a bus, just for traveling, not even with a positive COVID test. And for the White House to sit today to say, well, it's just a local issue, they're the ones who are about to send every American a mask. Why aren't they talking more about the idea that they're letting these people in who are COVID positive after we've just gone through this pandemic? It's absolutely insane. It's insane.
Yeah, you wouldn't do it at an airport, so you shouldn't be doing it on foot across the southern border.
That's absolutely crazy. I don't understand how the cartel's not labeled as a criminal organization. How's that even possible? That makes no sense to me. I'm pretty sure. Fuck, who knows nowadays? Who friggin' knows? I don't know. Alright, let's go check this out. So there was... Let me see if I can see this. Oh, I can't. No. I lost my last video. We got 10 more minutes left of the stream. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. I thought I had that other friggin' yeah, let me see if I can pull it up over here. See if I can find that video. A little quiet in here, y'all. Yes, yeah, I bet it is. I bet it is. Sorry, Wolf. We'll have to do some kind of something on Twitch to get more people to go into it. Hey, I'm Canadian, Wayne. Nice, Phil. How you doing? Phil, where are you from, by the way? Canadian. Where are you from, Phil? Alright. Back on choice. Okay, hold on. Coronavirus. Updated. The health unit is awaiting for more details on the new coronavirus variant. Now present here. Now we have it here in our town. I don't understand this shit. The Chinese Foreign Ministry operates Foreign Ministry truth, so the listeners are encouraged to believe that the slavery... What? Let's see if there's a video of this one. Yeah. Here we go. Hold on. There we go.
Canada's lower house of parliament has voted in favour of labelling China's treatment of Uyghur Muslims as genocide in a symbolic move that may pile more pressure on Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's government to take a harder line on the issue and follow the US government's similar accusations. Monday's vote in the House of Commons passed 266 to 0, although Trudeau and his cabinet abstained. The House has a total of 338 members. The vote was non-binding, although it was backed by all opposition parties and some members of Trudeau's own Liberal Party.
Wow.
Trudeau has been reluctant to use the word genocide and has suggested that he wants broader consensus among Western allies over the vast complexes that China has set up in the Xinjiang province. China calls them vocational training centers to combat extremism and has strictly denied allegations of human rights abuses within them. On Tuesday, China's foreign ministry called Canada's vote a smear that disregards facts and common sense. Former US President Donald Trump, on his last day of office, said China had committed genocide and crimes against humanity by repressing Uyghur Muslims. The Biden administration is poised to uphold that position.
What?
That said China had committed genocide and crimes against humanity by repressing Uyghur Muslims. The Biden administration is poised to uphold that position.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. My right infringes upon so much. If I did the same to the child, I'd be sentenced to... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I personally love the quality of Twitch best. Yeah. I don't know why. I have no idea why I'm streaming at 1080p, but yet the quality in Twitch on the Twitch stream... But it's probably because they can afford to have the higher quality based on the fact that, you know, the streams only last for a couple of days. I actually never left... Nice. That's what I think. So I don't mind if I'm here by myself. Yeah, it's crazy. The Twitch, I don't know why Twitch why it's like that. It's awesome. Don't get me wrong, it's awesome. I just wish that the mobile app on Twitch would stream higher than 420p. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, even the YouTube app allows you to go to 720, but whatever, it is what it is. How many people are over on Twitch right now anyways? Wolf? Let's see. Yeah, it uses the same stream ID, yeah. Yeah, same stream, everything. All the titles are the same, names, same. Except over there it's Watch with Wayne. Yeah, the stream here is just clear. Clear as day. You can even see my little sign. AOG, what did AOG say? I missed it. What did AOG say? Sadly, 99.99% of the American hasn't got a clue what is going on because those who tell the truth are called, paranoid and conspiracy theorists. I am getting called that left, right, and center. Miranda Fox, same crowd, but we're great. Absolutely. Small crowd. I thought you said same. Yeah, small crowd. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Each and every one of you guys are absolutely brilliant. Loving it. What a night. So, let me see what we got here. Oh, yes. Yeah, I don't know why the quality is just crazy. Deep. So it uses AI to turn old photos into moving videos. They're getting really weird with this AI shit. Here we go. This is it right here. Let's see if I can find it here. Everything is racist now. Yes, it is.
Made up racism crap. Okay, this stuff is just really made up. I need everybody to come on in we need to talk about this. This is really getting on my nerves. I was about to go to sleep. I was about to call it a night. But then I was looking online and people kept talking about, and people keep talking about Dr. Seuss is racist. Y'all, come on now.
22
Come
people
on.
over on Twitch.
Come on.
Nice. Thank you guys very
Come
much
on.
for being here.
Why is everything racist? Seriously, everything is racist now. Everything is racist. First they took Aunt Jemima. First of all, I love Aunt Jemima's pancakes, okay? Aunt Jemima, Aunt Jemima, whatever you call it, Aunt Jemima's pancakes were so good. They removed this icon, this legend. Aunt Jemima was a legend. Aunt Jemima is an icon, okay? They removed this woman because they said it was racist. They say Uncle Ben is racist. Every black face that's on a food box is considered racist. But they leave in all the white people on food boxes, but black people on food boxes are racist. I just don't understand. Now, they are saying Dr. Seuss is racist. I mean,
Everything is racist now.
how do these people come up with this stuff? How do they come up with this stuff? Like, do these people not have anything to do?
Yeah, Andrew, that's
Do these
crazy.
people not have a life? How do y'all come up with all of this stuff? How do they, who investigated Dr. Seuss? Who had time to investigate all of his books to come up with he's racist? What the hell is racist about green eggs and ham? What's racist about that? What are they going to counsel next? Huh? White tissue? Huh? Are they going to counsel white napkins? Are they going to call that racist too? Are they going to be mad that everybody has to have white tissue and white napkins?
You know what? That actually kind of brings up something. I don't know if I want white tissues and white napkins anymore because people wipe their ass with that, and I just think that's kind of, just rude, to my skin color, to take white toilet paper and wipe your ass with it. I'm trying to keep a straight face while you say this. Or blow your nose. Like, that's all we're worth now, I guess? Apparently.
So they're going to counsel white napkins and tissue? Are they going to counsel Cocoa Puffs next? Listen, I love Cocoa Puffs. Are they going to counsel Cocoa Puffs? Are they going to counsel the chocolate Cocoa Puffs and say white people shouldn't be eating Cocoa Puffs because black people are the same color as Cocoa Puffs? We are the same color as Cocoa Puffs. So, are they going to counsel Cocoa Puffs next?
Yep.
Are they going to counsel chocolate candy? Are they going to counsel everything that has color to it?
Probably.
These people, no, listen, I agree with Kevin. These liberals are smoking crack and he's talking about. These people are smoking crack. And drinking dishwashing liquid.
Dishwashing liquid.
You have to be drinking dishwashing liquid to come up with all of this stuff. It just don't make no sense at all. We are living in some crazy times where everything is racist. You can't say anything. You can't do anything. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And it's the white liberals that are calling everything racist.
That's true.
It's the white liberals that are telling black people that they should be mad, that we should be mad. I'll be minding my business until a white liberal come along telling me that something is racist.
So true.
Next thing you know, they're gonna dig up some stuff on Barney and say Barney didn't have enough black people on the show. Next thing.
But Barney himself, was he not Oh no, he was white. Was he not? I can't remember now. No, Barney was black. Was he not? I think Barney was black. I'm pretty sure he was.
You know they're going to cancel Sesame Street. They are going to say that there was not enough black kids, that there were not enough black kids on Sesame Street. They're canceling Dr. Seuss. Can we cancel the people who are canceling everything? Can we cancel them?
Yeah, Barney was black.
We can't have nothing. These liberals are going to take everything from us. We are not going to have any damn thing. I agree with Kathy. They want to dismiss our history. That's exactly what they want to do. Exactly. They want to erase history. They want to erase history. We cannot allow these loony liberals to erase history. What's wrong with these people? But everything is racist. But you want to know what's really racist? How Facebook loves to ban not only... Listen, if we want to play the race card, can I just call Facebook racist? You know? Because they love... Can I call the liberals big tech racist? Because they love to censor conservatives. And they really love to censor black conservatives, black Trump supporters, because they don't want other black people to see that there are black conservatives out there.
Wow.
Who can think for themselves. Since everything is racist, should I call Facebook racist for banning me for 3 months? Where people could not find me and kept me from using my voice? Yep. Should I call Facebook, since everything is racist to these liberals, can I call Facebook racist for silencing me for 3 months? Should I call Facebook racist for banning me from advertising my book or whatever, my story? Should I call them racist for that?
Mm-hmm.
Since everything is racist. I guarantee you, when we wake up tomorrow, something you never thought was racist is going to be racist.
Damn straight
Dr.
it is.
Seuss, Michelle Obama loved that book. She was reading it all when she was the first lady. When her and lazy Barack Obama was in office, they loved Dr. Seuss, but now
762.
it's racist. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Everybody, y'all have a great night. Thank y'all for tuning in. I will be back live tomorrow. God bless.
Yeah, he's awesome. Oh, man, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I can't thank you guys enough. You're absolutely friggin' awesome. Everybody that, just supported the channel. And I'm not talking about just financially. I'm talking about being here, sharing it out, being on Twitch, being on Facebook and Twitter. You guys absolutely friggin' rock. I can't thank you guys enough for that. So that pretty much concludes our night. And of course, tomorrow morning I'll be going live on this channel, as I always do when I go out to get tea for myself. So I really, really appreciate each and every one of you guys joining me whenever I go out and do my little fresh air. America off grid. Oh my God, Mike, please spare me. I beg you. Is he touching you in your naughty spot? America off grid. If Mike's touching you in your naughty spot, wink twice. Anyways, you guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for everything. I know I said goodnight, but just couldn't leave. That's awesome. You guys rock, man. Seriously. Again, I found you. Miranda Fox says, I found you. Watch Wayne another chat on Twitch. Somebody mentioned you, so glad I found you. Awesome. Thank you very much, Miranda Fox, for being on Twitch as well. You guys rock, man. Everybody. You guys, you have no idea how awesome you guys are. Absolutely awesome. Awesomeness, Miranda. All right. I don't know how I want to end this. Do I want to end it with the music, or do I want to end it with the whole doing this? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I want to end it, like that, or we just break. I think we'll probably end it traditionally. Let's bring this up here. As always, guys, thank you very much for all the thumbs up, all the love. You guys absolutely rock. Where is my song? I can't find it. Oh, RH. Oh, RH, you triggered it. Nice. Okay, so Ashley, Gordon, Rick, Wolflight, Sky, Debbie, and RH, thank you for your donations tonight. Thank each and every one of you for all the thumbs up. And all the people that are in the background that aren't talking and you're just sitting there watching, thank you very much for being here as well. I can't stress how important it is that you're here, and I'm glad that you're watching and everything that's going on. So I really, really do appreciate you guys as well. I wish you'd jump in the chat, but it's all right. Wayne Live, when did you get tradition? I don't know. I don't know.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law.
Thank you, guys. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, I'll be here. I love you. Everybody on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow night. And if you can't be good, guys, be good at it. I love you. Until tomorrow.